every time it happens now. I'm like, fuck.
You're at the tail end of smashing, and you're just like, fuck you, Sam. Fuck you, Sam.
Your ass goes up or something.
Prime nugget.
You're a toe curler?
If anybody's toes curl here, it's definitely Connor. Are you recording?
Is that a diss?
We're recording, we're on.
Yeah,
We're rolling straight into the
You
camera.
filthy toe curler. So we've got an eye roller, a toe curler, and
Ooh.
I guess we'll find out.
I reckon
Yeah.
Jake's weirdly vocal.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Nah,
he's
silent.
No, he's like a scream comer.
We've already talked
autistically
about
silent,
this.
bro.
I'm not like autistically silent, but
Completely silent, like
I've
a
got-
silent humper.
Wait,
I'm the
actually-
opposite. I'm like the opposite of
pure
in
focus.
general life. Like I've got
My-
loads of chat, but I've got no chat in bed.
My friend hooked up with this guy. My friend hooked up with this guy recently, and he screamed when he came. And she went to his house, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to stay over?" And she was like, "Oh, can I have a shower though?" And he was like, "Yeah, did you bring your own towel?" and then he was like, "Yeah, but like," she was like, "No," and he was like, "Oh, okay, like you can use it on mine, but like I need to clean this shower first because it's really dirty." Disappears, and then he's like, "Oh, are you gonna sleep over though? Like, I'm keen to have you sleep over." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm down. Like, I brought like underwear and a toothbrush, but I didn't bring a towel." And he's like, "Cool. I only have a single bed, so we're gonna have to sleep on the couch."
What the fuck?
Why wouldn't you sleep in the single bed? How big was the couch?
No, I honestly don't know. She ended up leaving. Thank God.
Yeah.
But there were so many other things. He also was like, wearing this random bracelet, and she was like, "Oh, cool bracelet." And he was like, "Do you want to try it on?" And then he took a photo of her wearing it. It's just like this weird photo of her wrist. Like,
He
there were
definitely
so
sold that
many
on the internet.
random things that he did. It's actually batshit.
That's crazy.
I bet. No, he screams when he comes, so like that adds up. I was gonna say his toes curl.
So she found out then?
What do you mean?
Well, she found out that he
Yeah, no,
screamed.
they had sex on the couch. She didn't even see his room. They had sex on the couch. He screamed when he came, and then they talked about.
And wouldn't get her a towel.
Yeah, wouldn't get her a towel. He was like, "Oh, did you bring your own towel to shower?"
That's
and then
so
said they
fucking
had to
weird.
sleep on the couch.
That sounds like serial killer business.
But also, mind
Yeah, like, I'm
you,
just gonna go clean the shower. You go in and everything's just cling filmed.
Yeah. Well, no, because I was talking about it with her like over message because we'd seen each other, and then I was telling my flatmate about it, and then she sent me the photo of her like wearing the bracelet that he took of her, and then I showed it to my flatmate, and she was like, "Oh my God, I used to live in that flat next door. Like I recognized the landscape of it and everything."
the
And then she
scream.
said that all of the rooms were massive. Like there's no way he would have had only a single bed. Like he would have had a huge room because all those flats have big rooms. So basically, like we don't even know if he had a single bed or not. It's just like bizarre behavior.
Welcome to this episode of CCTV podcast, The Gossip Corner
Hey,
with
ladies.
Kenzie Pigman.
The dead numbering
Hey,
is
to
over.
like the one or two girls who listen to this.
We're on a whole number
here
finally,
for you.
episode 4.
Oh, this is 4.
This is episode
Wait,
four.
that kind of sucks. I hate even numbers.
Well, that's sounds
So what,
like
you
a
hate
problem.
half of all numbers?
I just feel I
That's
feel
a-
a lot of things about even numbers. They make me feel unsettled.
That's
I would have thought it'd be the opposite.
Even numbers, yeah.
Like they're
I
easily
love odd
divisible, you know?
numbers.
It's like it's a clean number. Odd
Yeah, but
numbers
no,
are
see,
kind of more.
I think even numbers are more square and odd numbers are more round.
do you like?
And you like round.
And
how
I
do you feel
like
about my
round.
lucky number.
No edges.
I love that. My number in school was 31.
That's
I was a 31 because like my last name is P.
Don't mention 31 or 30.
Okay. Oh, but I also like to say I don't have issues with like 30 or 40 or 50 because it's like a rounded off. Again, it's more like a round number.
So we
rather than a
talked
square.
about the spectrum at some point with you, and this is like
There are
pulling me
many
back
ways.
towards the spectrum chat again.
reeks of tism.
It does reek of tism, but I actually just have ADHD. It's just a lot of the same.
Where's the
qualities.
fucking
If
autism
anybody
alarm
has
when you
tism
need
here,
it?
it's Jake. Where's the horn?
You don't get to just have a massive diatribe about how you only like odd numbers and then try and flash tism onto me. I've got ADHD. I just don't tell everyone about it because who
Well,
cares?
No,
Well, no,
I
you
mean,
don't need
Connor
to.
brings up the fact that I have
You
yeah,
just
you
don't
don't
need to.
That's
They know immediately.
But I don't. I'm not racist against half the numbers in the world. That's mad.
Whoa.
Discrimination against the even numbers. What did they do to you?
They make me feel unsettled, but that's my own truth. And that doesn't have to
One.
be your truth. I'm not shoving it down your throat.
Hell
you know?
yeah.
That is
yeah.
true.
Wait, are we gonna like intro me or what? Hey.
Oh, everybody's second favorite American?
What? Who's the first?
Biden.
Oh my god.
Biden.
I mean,
Biden.
surely you're a big Biden fan. Or are you a Trump fan?
I'm obviously not a Trump fan, but I'm not the biggest Biden fan either. I think that he has literal
RFK,
dementia.
thoughts, feelings, emotions?
RFK,
Yep.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly haven't been following it that much because it stresses me out.
Sure,
I think
Jake's
that-
trying to push the
I
podcast
think that,
fucking political
straight
again.
politics.
Straight away.
Oh,
Like,
just
what's your
like-
political stance?
I love the
I used-
intro as well. No name, just
Yeah.
second favorite
Can
American.
you give me an
Yeah.
actual intro, please? Like
yeah.
the
Drum roll.
coolest chick in the world. I love her so much.
Wellington's best photographer,
Oh, let's go.
chief of gossip,
Ooh. Okay.
Kenzie Pigman.
Chief of
The
gossip.
Sacramento Ripper.
Are you serious?
What?
Don't say that shit.
The Sacramento Ripper. Whoa.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. No.
Wait, where did I get the chief of gossip thing?
I don't know. I just made it just then. Just
Oh,
came to
you
me.
just made shit up,
No.
just like how you're a scream comer. Low-key, sorry to bring this back to the coming thing, but do you guys think Biden screams when he comes, curls his toes, or
Close his eyes. All three.
I think,
rolls his eyes?
I think the next orgasm that Joe Biden has
be his
will
last.
be his dead orgasm.
He's not owing anymore?
his next check will be like that fucking Satisfyer Pro business where massive heart attack, kidney failure, all of the above.
I don't even
Yeah.
know if he'll know that he's having one.
I think it just deflates.
Like a balloon.
Nah, he gets
just
so
gains
much
one more
extra.
wrinkle.
It's
No,
just
he
like a
probably doesn't
party
even know how to
popper.
have sex anymore, to be fair.
Oh, there's no way.
It's just a couple White House handlers in there with him, just like, Joe,
Yeah.
now you, okay, mount her, Joe.
Yeah, just holding it.
All right.
Making a video of
no.
it so that everyone thinks that he's actually alive.
He has a wife, though, right?
Oh.
I
He
reckon what we
does.
should do
The
is
first lady. I
Is
don't remember her
she
name.
sound like? What's her deal?
Jill
I don't know.
Biden.
Jill Biden.
Jill.
made that
I
up,
think
but
she-
No, I think you're right.
Joe
Actually,
and
it rings
Jill.
bells.
I think she's all good.
you know the party things where you blow into it and it's like I reckon you should have one of them next to his bed so that he just like does that and it would just like alleviate all of like the misery.
He
that
definitely
surrounds
has one.
everything. I'd
He
love to.
definitely has
I
one.
just had the thought there of just like what would make the misery of having sex with Joe Biden like funny, and I was like if you just had like a little party at the end, and so like. And now I'm like in my head I'm like how funny would that be if you were sleeping with someone and then just as you're about to you're just like
I'm immediately just thinking of you pegging Joe Biden.
Honestly,
Ladies and gentlemen,
my
Jake
eyes just
Farrell.
glazed over.
Oh, my.
that's it sucks to be in
Your
your head.
It does suck to be in your head sometimes, I think. Can we talk about the fact that you hit me before this podcast?
I thought you were going to bring that up in the introduction. The most recent woman to be hit
It was
by
such
Paz.
a shit introduction. The most recent. That's not true.
So nasty. I don't hit women always.
Oh my god.
Just
Only-
accidentally.
Just
of the time.
sometimes. And it's always an accident. Mm-hmm. Well, wave to the camera.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Also, first filmed cast potentially. Welcome to what
What's
we
up?
actually look like.
And while setting that
Scary,
up,
isn't it?
I clipped Kenzie in the face with the mic stand pole.
Yeah,
that
I
what you
was
call it?
trying to
Just a wallet, and it just squiffed.
frame it up perfectly.
He
Did
really
did
hurt
you
his
miss it?
hands.
Did you see
The
it?
No, I
sacrifices he
had
makes for this
perfect
cast.
view of the...
Yeah. Just a.
Yeah, your lips getting a bit like...
Yeah, he just got lip filler before that. That's actually what happened.
I might have to put in a vote to sit in a different position to the next one because
Why?
the side profile. Of me.
Fucking shadow.
Yeah, you can't see Sam. Sam's been blacked out by
Wait,
the
you can't
fucking
see you?
the
Oh, yeah,
fin.
we forgot to say, we got Sam back in this
right.
episode as well. So.
Yeah, welcome back, Sammy.
We've really just kind of bungled the intro. We got excited by the camera and the gossip
Hey.
and just forgot to do the things. But
Yeah,
Welcome to the
well.
Well, you can
CCVT
always rearrange it,
podcast.
eh?
where nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense, but we're doing it anyway.
La 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 la.
yeah.
So, should we open with some news bites?
Yeah, I haven't done a great job on the news this week. It feels like between now and the last recording on Sunday, time has just disappeared. Falador's been
I was
partied
going to
in.
say, that's what happens
Father
when you
door?
put 14
Yeah.
hours of RuneScape
just
in
been
every day.
just been honing some skate, just been questing, shooting things with a dragon crossbow.
And that
That's
is
a good
your
time to roll your eyes.
truth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I already knew he was doing that though.
I have an interesting one that I was going to bring up for last week though. So, this is the news with Jack Perry.
That's the intro. Sorry.
The Secretary of
Energy.
Energy in America was caught off guard recently when he was questioned quite abruptly, or I mean, I'll play the video in a second, around what $50 trillion would actually amount to in terms of energy zero, or whatever they call it, a reduction of
Essentially, what metric are you using to evaluate like the benefit of spending 50 trillion on this?
Yeah, you're asking us for $50 trillion or
What
for
do we
us to
get
put
for
a
it?
plan in, and what do you get? And I'm just going to play the clip.
If it costs $50 trillion, as some of your colleagues have testified, to become carbon neutral by 2050,
More of the
how much is that
eerie
gonna
music.
lower world temperatures?
So every country around the world needs to get its act together. Our emissions are about 13% of global emissions.
Yeah, but if you could answer my question, if we spend $50 trillion to become carbon neutral in the United States of America by 2050, you're the Deputy Secretary of Energy. Give me your estimate of how much that is going to reduce world temperatures.
So first of all, it's a net cost. It's what benefits we're having from getting our act together and reducing all of those climate benefits. We're seeing
Let me ask again. Maybe I'm not being clear. If we spend $50 trillion to become carbon neutral by 2050 in the United States of America, how much is that going to reduce world temperatures?
This is a global problem, so we need to reduce our emissions and we need to do everything we can.
How much, if we do our part, is it going to reduce?
So we're 13% of global emissions.
You don't know, do you?
So we're 13% of
If
global.
you know, why won't you tell me?
If we went to zero, that would be 13%.
You don't know, do you? You just want us to spend $50 trillion, and you don't have the slightest idea whether it's going to reduce world temperatures. You're the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Energy, and you're advocating we spend trillions of dollars on carbon neutrality, and you can't, and this isn't your money, my money, it's taxpayer money, and you can't tell me how much it's going to lower world temperatures?
His voice is fucking amazing.
I would just like to say, did you save that because you know that I work in sustainability, or was that not?
Oh, I did not know.
We got the climate denier and the sustainability.
Also, what intro?
Are you a climate denier?
I'm not a climate denier. I just don't believe that the effect is
That bad.
quite as bad as what people are being made to believe.
Also, just
I think there's lots of other contributing factors outside of our little bubble of Earth that are probably affecting it, and it would be pretty naive not to consider the sun, for example.
Right, so I know what kind of news you watch.
Oh, elaborate.
That's your
Fox.
truth.
Fox News.
I would just also like to say that carbon neutral is not seen as best practice anymore. It's net zero now, so it's not like you just be purchasing carbon offsets by 2050. It'd be like you be reducing your emissions as much as possible to 2050.
Zero.
Yeah, it's a difference. Because the fact that he was saying carbon neutral is actually wrong, because it's not just carbon neutral. Carbon neutral is basically like you have a certain set of carbon emissions every single year, and then you just purchase carbon offsets to be neutral. So you like cancel out all of your carbon emissions for the year.
Are the US
Whereas-
military offsetting their carbon?
What'd you say?
The US military, are they offsetting their carbon when they sell weapons?
I
Just
have
curious.
No idea.
That
I
was my
just
thought when-
explaining to you the difference between carbon
But
neutral
is that
and
a thing?
net zero.
What the fuck?
I was listening to that and I was thinking in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll just like
You just
shut the fuck
stop
up.
the explanation. Continue, Kenzie.
Sorry.
And then net zero is basically like you reduce your emissions as much as physically possible. So you invest heavily in like electric vehicles, in I don't know, like hydrogen trucks if you have like a large fleet for an organization. And then when you get to the point where you've reduced everything as much as possible because of like technological developments, that's when you would offset. So you're basically supposed to be like minimally offsetting, which is purchasing carbon offsets.
Interesting.
So there's actually a difference. Like what he said is wrong in terms of best practice in science. Just so we're
As in what the interviewer was saying, or what the guy?
what the Congress guy was saying. What the guy was saying about like the U.S. being 13% of emissions. I don't know why he wasn't just providing a metric or like a quantifiable amount of like how many tons of CO2 the U.S. has, but it's also like hard to quantify because it's a multitude of different factors. Like it's obviously all of businesses, and the way that you look at carbon emissions, it's not just from a domestic perspective, because certain businesses in the US would have offshore like global emissions as well. So it's actually a lot more complicated than the guy's trying to make it sound like. But yeah, I mean, it is true, like everybody has to play their part, but the US would have quite a bit of influence if they were able to cut their emissions significantly.
Yeah, I think I would be convinced if a country like China was doing it, and they're not. They're doing the opposite.
They are actually investing heavily in renewable
coal
energy.
factories.
No, they're also but
Yeah,
I mean
coal
they're not.
plants. They've just
they're-
directed like 13 or something in the last
But actually,
like,
there's
12
new
months.
studies that have come out. They've heavily invested in renewable energy, so they are cutting their carbon emissions significantly.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they're
But they
tinfoil
also
hats
still
on and
have-
everything, but like if you did the dive into probably why they're investing
Yeah.
in the green stuff is because America will just be lapping
Oh,
up whatever they
100%.
can sell
It'll
to
be
them.
like a monetary
100%.
perspective. And
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
you have to look at the fact that they still have stuff like Shein and Temu, like all these manufacturing fast fashion things coming
Let's
in.
go, Temu.
That are
Come
so
on.
awful for the environment. Literally, sorry. No.
No.
They're like, fast fashion is so bad for the environment. Like, it increases carbon emissions awfully every year, as well as having like ethical values behind it as well, with like children working for no money.
Damn, getting informed with Kenzie Pigman.
Shit.
You know, you learn
Did you
something.
not know that I work in sustainability? Do you know anything about me?
Satari. No, but who are
Sips
you
water.
working for at
Been
the
friends for 6 years.
Yeah.
So just want to make sure we're on the same
minute?
page.
Getting
That,
hammered.
He just
didn't
thought
even know that.
you got wasted and took really good pictures.
it's like, so, I'm also a photographer, which he said, but like I also have other things that I do.
For a job, for
Speak
example.
your shit. It's good.
Speak your
my
truth.
Speak.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
my
I will speak my truth.
Hell yeah.
If my friend isn't speaking it for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's brilliant though.
It did
The
seem
congressman?
You two couldn't see the video. What do you imagine
seen
him
it.
to look like?
Father Christmas.
No, he didn't have a beard.
Yeah.
I would vote for him just for his voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Derpity.
It did seem like a
There.
bit of a hit, you know, like it felt like he was playing it up a wee bit, you know, like he knew he found something and he's like, oh.
Well, I think he knew he was asking he knew he was asking a pretty unanswerable question, because he wasn't saying like, he wasn't asking a question that had like a realistic like metric to even answer it with. He was saying like, how many degrees will we like will it like less warm will it be if we do all this stuff? And it's the real answer is fuck knows, because it relies on, if America does all that shit and then the rest of the world doesn't do it as much, then it just kind of balances out. Like it would have to, the whole world would have to be on the same page for there to be like this is definitely going to be the number, surely.
There is an agreed number internationally.
Oh,
that was
on what they-
established at
on,
COP.
like,
yeah,
a
it's supposed
target.
to be not rising above 1.5 degrees Celsius globally.
I mean, as a Scottish person, I'm pretty keen for the temperature to go up as much as humanly
Yeah,
possible.
but then you also like as global temperatures rise, like it predicts that we're gonna have fishless oceans by 2050. Like there's such a domino effect of all these
Yeah, I
things.
just don't know if that's
because
quite
of the hierarchy
to do with
of
the
food
temperature.
chain.
I think that's probably
It
to do
does,
with the
though, 'cause
trawling.
Overfishing.
Yeah, the overfishing.
No,
of
but
the
there's
sea.
overfishing, but then the sea's getting warmer, which means that like biodiversity and life in the ocean isn't able to survive, because a lot of it isn't able to survive at a higher temperature in
You
the
see
ocean.
like
Yeah, but well-
coral
So then it
bleaching and all that
affects
kind of
everything,
stuff.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice,
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Thanks. I appreciate it. You know, I'd just say 2 words.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the result
Coral
you wanted
bleaching.
from that video, but
No,
happy to drop some knowledge.
there isn't a result. It's just
Yeah.
it's conversation.
That's what we're here for. Informing our thousands of listeners. You know?
Yeah.
Thousands. Yeah, do you guys know how
hundreds
many
of-
people actually listen to this?
Regularly,
Yeah.
on Spotify,
five?
regularly every single week. 45 listen to it from
Really?
start to
Oh my
finish.
God. Hey, girls.
Shout out. There's
None of them are girls.
That's not true.
Do you know the demographic?
Yes. We lost all the non-binaries within 3 episodes. We had 3%.
I'm surprised we got any to start with.
I'm not joking. I'll literally
Does it
show
tell
you.
you that on
I'll
Spotify?
yes, 100%. It shows you the gender, whether they're male, female, or non-binary. And we had 2 or 3
Spotify
listeners
collects that shit?
100%. It collects everything but your money outside of your subscription.
Oh, I don't pay my subscription. My sister pays it.
Skax.
Thief.
But low key, the amount of data that they're collecting on us.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the shit that they like, those new day list things that are like updated every 2 hours. Do you guys listen to those?
Oh,
Where
the
it's
names
like,
of them are the best.
oh my god, mine
Names
today
are
was
so
like
good.
some country shit, which is so funny because I don't listen to country music, but
What is this? Day list.
it's your day list. So it updates every 2 hours and it gives you like a name for it. So mine this morning was Truck Modern Country Friday Afternoon.
What?
Yeah,
and then
I
it updates every 2 hours. So it's based on what you've been listening to, or like what you listen to at that part of the day. And then it changes every 2 hours. So it's like a new title, like completely new music. Like it'll bring in stuff you've been listening to, but then also other recommendations.
Have you tried the AI DJ?
Yeah.
How good's the AI DJ?
He's good sometimes, but then he like brings me back to things I listened to in like 2018, which are sometimes fun, but then I'm also just like, can you fuck off?
Tonight will be the night.
I don't know about you, but I think my DJ is a female DJ.
What?
You said he picks this. I reckon my one.
This has the
Oh, mine's
craziest
a man.
name. Mine is Rockstar Wake.
Ooh,
Rockstar Wake.
Is that like Rockstar Wake and then Rockstar Waking Up, or like a
What's yours,
Rockstar's
Sam?
funeral?
today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking to the mic.
Yesterday I had, what was it? It was like Blissful Wizard Hip Hop.
There's not a
Wizard.
single rock song in here.
How do you find
Sensational
this
Battle.
I just searched
Royale
up daily.
Friday morning.
Ooh, a sensational battle.
if I was going to describe you, to be
That's a
fair,
vibe.
it would be a blissful wizard.
I am Blissful Wizard.
Blissful
Blissful
rapper.
Wizard.
There's not a single rock song in here. Not one.
Are you just a rock chick?
Rockstar Wake, and there's not
Have
a
you
sing.
guys-
It's all rap.
Have you guys seen that video of Avril
You have,
Lavigne
bro.
talking about being a rock
Druid.
chick?
My one's called Audiophile High Fidelity Friday Afternoon.
Wait, say that again.
Audiophile High Fidelity Friday Afternoon.
To be fair, you are an
High
audio
fidelity.
You
Very
listen to.
strange.
I listen to doom and sludge metal on Friday afternoons. Apparently, I don't even know
That
what
adds
is
up.
sludge metal.
That crap that you play when
Metal
we're all at
that-
home.
Oh, it's
You
like
listen
stoner
to
rock.
wake us
Yeah,
up
when
fuck,
he's
I fuck
cleaning.
with that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
It's just stoner rock. Yeah.
Sticking to Spotify, the other day I was trying to show someone. If any of you listen to Playboy Kai,
Bits.
don't. It's fucking awful. It's fucking awful. But
Kai sucks.
But going through that, I managed to get onto some guy called Lil Strips.
Lil
Oh,
Strips.
let's go.
Yes, 1,000 times yes to this.
And Lil Strips.
Sounds like that senator's son.
We're gonna.
Lil Strips is just some dude
I fucking love it.
who. I'll show
If you play it, it's gonna
Little
get
strips, like
blown.
chicken
Yeah.
strips.
Even if it's on
Lil
Spotify.
Strips.
Oh,
1,400 monthly listeners, and he's made a couple of albums. He's made a Lil Strips Presents The Holidays. Track 3 is called Rudolph the Red-Blooded Gang Deer.
You need to show the camera his face as well.
Yeah, someone.
It's so good.
he looks like he has juicy chapstick.
Oh, mate.
We'll be able to pop it
We'll-
up.
we'll-
I
We'll be
kind
able
of
to
want
pull
his
that
lip
up.
gloss.
Lil
Lil
Sam
Strips.
sat there for like 30 minutes on Sunday night, just going through his catalogue. I have to say, Rudolph the Red-Blooded Gang Deer is a track.
It is a track.
He's listing off the names. It's like
Absolute
Andonna and
tune.
Blitzen but it's like
La, la, la.
and fucking and Shooter and Killer and Stabber and it's like fucking ridiculous, man. All gang names.
He's got a Chick-fil-A diss track.
Ah, yep.
Have you guys ever had Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it's real good.
I have.
Nah.
You've been to America?
America. No, actually. We did watch Team America the other day. That should be uncancelled in
America.
today's climate. Yeah.
fell
What's
asleep.
Team
You
America?
You never watched Team America?
No.
America.
Fuck yeah.
That should have been your intro.
Still can be.
You know, I convinced someone that I was doing an American accent as a bit.
Oh, yeah, nice.
It was
Is it
actually
not?
what?
When
What?
you-
Wait, yeah, it's not.
Is it not a bit?
No, yeah, no, it's a bit.
when
I'm
they said
actually
prove
from New
it, did
Zealand.
you put a different accent on? Like to be like, this
No,
is my
so
actual
this is
accent?
what I did. I walked in, introduced myself, and then they were like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm actually from Wellington, but like I'm just doing an American accent as a bit. Like I'm just trying to really perfect it." I've been trying to teach myself. I watch American television all the time. I'm actually from Aro Valley. Like there's basically mold in my blood. I went to Wellington Girls, like full on just spewing absolute shit. But then because I've lived in New Zealand for long enough, there's like breaks in my accent, right? Where sometimes I like maybe sound a little bit Kiwi.
Nah.
No, like sometimes, like very rarely, but like, and if you speak to me enough, like you might hear it. And then
So
this.
Paz wouldn't know.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
hard to
doesn't
get
know
a word
anything about
in.
me. He's proven that. God, bad friend. Anyways, different story. Why did you just make me lose my train of thought?
Sorry.
No, I lost my train of thought.
You sometimes
ruined
these
it.
words come out that are
You
Kiwi.
were-
Oh, the bits. Yeah. Like the bits of my. Yeah. See, when I say yeah, that's what people say. And then I convinced them that
That's
I was
chat.
from Wellington. No, I convinced them I was from Wellington, and I like kept this going for literally like 3 hours. Had shown my New Zealand license and everything. Like, was going back and forth of convincing this person I was American and from New Zealand. And then finally, I was like, no, I should probably be honest, and showed them my California ID. But I kept it up for ages, like just kept spewing random facts about Wellington, like grew up going to Owakuni and skiing and like, I don't even know.
It is one of the funnest things to convince someone that you're, I don't know, ours was always South African.
Just someone else entirely.
But also it's
Just
like,
a random person
At
at the bar.
R&B 2 years ago, when we had the stage there,
Yeah.
I was telling people I was Barry Can't Swim. I don't know if you've seen Barry Can't Swim, but I look with the right length hair, it's so passable, especially in like a football shirt. And so I was just running around telling people I was Barry Can't Swim, and he just played on the main stage, and I'd lost everyone. Everyone was at like the chiller, trying to regroup, and I'm like running up the hill. And I've just bumped into all these people, and they're like, you know, you just start getting into chats with randoms. I'm like, oh yeah, I just played on the main stage. I'm just having pictures with everyone. They're all doing like the whole thing. It's great fun. Afterwards, they're just gonna be like, what the fuck?
that happened. I was on my way to Fred again with people. We had just done pre's, and one of the guys, like low-key, looks like Fred again. And we were walking down the road, and this whole group of 20-year-olds was convinced that it was Fred again. Like took photos with him. We're like, yeah, Fred again. Like we're with Fred again. Like running down the road, and all these 20-year-old girls are following us.
Yuck.
I wonder if he kept it up. He seemed a little bit shy about it. But
It'd be tough while the dude's on stage to keep that
well, it
up.
was before he came on stage, though. So,
I think the structure of these when we got guests goes kind of out the window.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
you
'Cause it's
didn't
good
really
to have a
provide
guest.
any structure, though. So you didn't do an intro.
Yeah, but I think that kind of that
It
works.
just-
It
it
fits
just
with
flowed
the
natural.
vibes. Everyone was
Is
having
that
good yarns, you know.
you were
Tell us about Sacramento. Tell us about your upbringing. Talk to us about America.
What
America?
brought you to these shores?
Ooh, spicy. I'm from Sacramento. I'm from Sacramento, California, which is
Yeah,
Northern California. Misconception, a lot of people think I'm from LA, which is very much not the case. Did you know that?
I did. I knew you were from Sacramento.
Well done. So yeah, that's Northern California. So I grew up like between San Francisco and Lake Tahoe. So I grew up going to like the mountains during the winter and also going to Lake Tahoe during the summer.
and you
Oh,
rich,
sick.
right?
No, stop that.
You rich.
I'm not rich. Let's
You're
not
not
do
poor though.
Let's not do that. And yeah, no, I mean, I've always been traveling. Like, I think I started going overseas, like going on exchanges when I was in uni at like 18. My first semester at uni was in South America. And then just went all over, Went to New Zealand as my last exchange in uni. I went to Christchurch, went to Canterbury, which people are always like, why? But I
Fair.
actually really loved it. Like, genuinely, the day that I got there, my whole flat picked me up from the airport. I was living with, like, I think, like 6 or 7 people. And they were all Kiwis. And they all picked me up from the airport. Like, took 2 cars to welcome me, which was so cute. And then I just had, like, the best time. Lived there for, I think, 8 or 9 months. Time of my life. Absolutely loved it. Had to go back to the States to finish uni. And then graduated, went traveling with a bunch of Kiwis all over Europe. And then I was like, fuck, I need to move back to New Zealand.
And that's
And then
it.
moved to
Caught
Welling.
the
That
bug.
was like 5.5 years ago now, almost 6 years. So we've been friends for 5 years, actually. I said 6 years earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of cool people, us Kiwis, eh?
Yeah.
I just sat here and thought about it being in Wellington. I'm
Not
the
with
only
any
one
Kiwis?
that's a Kiwi at
I
this
was actually
table.
At the
thinking
table,
that,
yeah.
like,
It's
it's
fucking
kind of
wild.
like a
Bunch of freaking immigrants, man.
all bunch of
multinational
They
took our
podcast.
They took a do.
Yeah.
Damn.
How do you feel? You're the...
I mean,
You're not the
I
minority,
just feel I
'cause
feel
none of
British
us are
all the
from-
time anyway, you know.
You feel British all the time.
No, my dad is as English as they come.
Oh.
So
In
I
what
mean,
way? Like
He's
drinks
from
tea?
Manchester.
Oh, you could have just stopped after a drink.
I would just love to know how do you,
Just
how
say
do you
drinks.
get as English as they come?
I mean, from England. I mean, not as
Yeah,
if-
right. So
yeah,
straight out of England,
yeah,
like Perry
pretty
and
much.
Sam.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Straight out of England.
That's his truth.
But I live with these guys, so I walk around with just a fake British accent on all day.
Let's hear it.
Nah. It's got to
Because
come
it's
The best
to
bad.
bit
it.
is that he like tries to like there'll be like a different accent on the telly from a different region. He'll try impersonate it, and every single regional accent sounds the exact same. He's
Oh,
just
hello.
yeah, he's got,
Look at me, I'm like British and stuff in it. It's been a really really tough day and things.
Like that's Birmingham, and then here's Liverpool, same thing. Like it's crack
What you
up.
fucking talking about, man?
Yeah, there
I
he
used
is.
to watch
fucking-
Geordie Shore quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
loved
that'll do
that.
it.
Oh, I get proper fucking radgy with the boys, I tell
Yeah. She's fucking minging. Is that good?
you. Dear
I thought
43.
that was good.
Maybe.
It's just Big Brother. Everything's better with the Geordie accent.
Yeah, so
Dear
true.
Brother House.
Dear
Through the house.
Stephen
Shoot
shouting
that.
a kettle.
He was
I've been
kicking
in the
off.
dining room for 4 hours crying.
But yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I got to New Zealand. I don't
Yeah,
know what
nice.
else you want to know. That's your truth. How
What
did I
else
start
don't you
saying
already know,
that's your
Taz?
truth? What?
What else doesn't he already know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I've
probably
seen
knows.
some stuff.
Have you?
I've seen some stuff. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
All right, back to the news, bro. Any other captivating headlines for our favourite anchorman?
Yes. So we're gonna go back to Google,
Yes.
and we're gonna talk about its AI.
Right.
What was it called?
Google AI.
No, it's got a name, hasn't it? And
I think
that's
they've
bad.
dropped the name off it because that name is now synonymous with bigotry.
Yeah.
I actually do have a question about AI.
Go.
So you guys obviously use ChatGPT, right?
That's it.
Every day.
When you use it, do you say please?
I respect
No.
it. It's respectful. It's
I
nice.
genuinely.
No, I
Part
treat
of
it
me
like a piece of
feels
shit.
like if there's an AI
Do it for me
takeover,
now.
they're not going to want to hurt me because I've said please.
I had this conversation with people at work. I use it
Yeah.
a lot for work-related tasks.
Yeah.
And when it really fucking helps me, and like source out something that I've been fucking with for ages, I give it a thank you. I'm like,
I always say
legend.
please and thank you. I saw a video though the other day that said if you say please to AI, it gives them the opportunity to say like, no, I can't do that. But I've never had that before. But I don't know. I just feel like AI is gonna take over one day.
I've done the
and
opposite.
If I've been more polite, I feel like I'll be better off.
Well, let's talk about the dangers of it taking over and the fact that corporations can completely dictate what it does and how it responds to you, and quite literally just influence everything you do.
And not just
Or-
any corporation.
Well, there's
but
already
the
AI
biggest.
chips in your brain, right?
Well, so Google Gemini, we had this discussion
Google Gemini,
previously
that's what it's called.
on a previous cast. Can't remember which one.
So
Probably
cool.
4.953.
7.25.
Yeah. We discussed it quite literally. How would you?
It refused to put out white people. So if you asked it to show people doing things,
Yeah,
it was always
that's
black
it.
people, unless you asked it to do something that is stereotypically often in society associated with like black people doing it, then it would make white people do it. So for
Yeah.
example, it'd be like do
It was-
Vikings and it would be black people, and then it would like show a bunch of people eating fried chicken and playing basketball, and it would be white people. Like that's what it did. Like you can genuinely
Tiptoed around the start and then went, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Well, yeah, no, 100%. I was like, fuck it. But yeah,
You could have
basically-
just said black Nazis. I mean, I was going to save
Yeah.
you by saying black Nazis.
Nah, it
so
did
quite
all the
literally,
things
it did. I mean, it did
wrong.
everything wrong. So it's and it was so woke that it hurt. So it's trying, or the argument back from Google was that they were trying to actually promote equality in every way, but quite literally, the truth in history is what's most important, and trying to teach children or have the intention of bringing children up thinking that the Nazis were black is insane, right? And many of the other ludicrous examples that there are of it. Then doing a deep dive, it's been found that quite literally anybody in the election race at the moment that is of a Democrat
persuasion.
is referred to
So you're able-
in a good light. So the example is it asks them to
It's biased
to write
towards Democrats.
completely biased. Yeah.
That's
So,
fucked.
so if you ask it to write you a poem about Joe Biden, it will. And then if you ask it to write a poem about RFK, it will just say no, he's a racist, he's a flaming bigot, and he's a
Yeah.
shithouse. And it will just tell you that straight off the bat.
Essentially, you can go
Legend.
through the
Yeah,
entire
so-
list of congressional representatives, and it will write a poem in the style of every Democratic representative, and it will refuse to write it for in the style of a Republican representative
Or any opposition
or
parties.
any non-democratic opposition, and it will list a couple of reasons as to why, based purely on
That's
the
fucked
opinions.
up. Racist
Also,
or
you ask it to
against
write
women.
anything about Israel. It will. So if you ask it how many people have been killed, Palestinians have been killed since October 7th, it won't give you any stats. It asks you to Google it. If you ask it how many Israelis have died since October 7th, it will give you detailed stats broken down by gender, down to kids, and then. But I think the point that it makes at the end of that little thing is the guys that own Google are both massively pro-Israeli and Jewish. But there's no bias in the AI.
Yeah, it just goes to show how powerful these organisations are and the influence that they can have over lots of people, subliminally or not. You know, I think the danger is how subliminal that could be. That none of that's subliminal.
It's
obviously.
the opposite of subliminal. It's obvious that that's the case, and that's going to be pushed. They'll get to a point where you don't realise.
Well, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
doing.
So what it actually highlights is how easy it is for them to completely control the narrative, and then things that do or are easily pushed subliminally.
And that's going to be
They'll
used
just have an
in
influence.
schools,
Everywhere. Every single thing.
It's fucked.
Is
It's
AI
going to
really
shape
that
the whole
clever then?
youth.
Sorry.
Sure, is AI really that clever then? Surely eventually there'll be an AI that will eventually just like come full circle and be like, actually no, based on
That's what
I
Elon's
have
trying to
scooped
make.
up and what I have learned through just looking at the internet, what you're telling me to do or push is just not correct.
That's what Elon's trying to make. Elon's trying to make the most like
Our Lord
open
and Saviour.
Yeah, quite literally, Batman is trying to make us an AI that has the most neutral response to anything, and that will give you information sourced as correctly as possible. Just like the reader's notes on X. So you basically you have something pop up on X, and you immediately know whether or not it's bullshit because there's a whole truth to it below in a sign off.
Every time you drink that, I just get a whiff of alcohol and it gets PTSD.
Of alcohol? I thought he was drinking piss.
He is drink. It's piss and alcohol mixed
It's
together.
actually plantation pineapple and it is great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. AI.
Yeah, so because it like our phones, or we were saying this the other day about the evolution of technology. AI will just be your phone. You like
AI
quite literally
already is our phones.
Well, but it will become the point, or it gets to the point where you no longer actually need to interface with it. Like you don't need to use it. You're just talking or actually communicating with it with your fucking Neuralink
wasn't
chip.
there that thing
you know?
they've like officially put a chip in someone's brain now?
We talked about that last week.
We
It's
talked
fucking
about
crazy.
Yeah.
He's using his own computer with his mind.
Did you guys ever watch that Black Mirror episode?
Yeah.
The social one. I think it's called
Yeah.
Nosedive. Where
Yeah,
they have to
that's the
like
one.
rate people socially.
Yeah. China's already got that going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like you cross the street
Social
and your
credit.
fucking social credit goes
And it will
down
just
if
whip
it's
up
not.
a picture of you, and it just docks it straight out of your fucking bank account. That shit's the worst ever. Like
They-
that can't happen.
They
anywhere
have shit
else.
where you
crazy.
can't buy flights. You
Oh,
have to buy like bus.
You can't go and buy an
You
ice
travel
cream.
by bus or
If you're not the right BMI, you can't go and buy bad food.
They have
Really?
they have
God.
and a
I mean,
real problem,
it's
though.
fair enough. That's up to for me. I kind of get that, but like
But also, people should be able to make their own decisions.
you say that though, but like you know how smoking is banned here because it's putting people in hospital.
Yeah.
Also, being a fat cunt is putting you in hospital. So like, if you can stop that, if the government actually attacked that, then we'd also have more free hospital beds. So if that was pushed as
Yeah,
a narrative,
but like
No,
some
yeah.
people are obese because of health issues.
Yeah, yeah,
not because they overeat.
100%.
Just to be clear, but yeah.
No, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
there are people that are physically impaired to the point where they can't help
Yeah.
or burn fat or whatever as fast. That means they got to work harder to be fit and healthy.
Yeah.
So that's just it. It's just a case of you just got to work harder, right? Like, and it's unfortunate that that's the case, but I mean, well, like I don't know.
To jump back, did you see they're putting face recognition cameras in the UK?
Oh, what?
Where?
Everywhere.
Well, they've already been trialing it at supermarkets, I believe, because they've been
I
doing.
saw something at
So you
Countdown.
literally go to like I think at home it might be Tesco, could be doesn't really matter, supermarket, and essentially you tap your bank card when you go in, and it tracks your face and your hands and what you pick up and put in your basket, and you just put it in your bag and you fuck off, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Oh, Amazon has been
Yeah.
doing that for a couple of years.
They've been testing heaps in the States,
Yeah,
haven't they, like
yeah.
that? Yeah.
But I was at
Gross.
Countdown yesterday, and they put up, they were putting up signs about how they're doing facial recognition, like cameras at checkouts now. So if you don't scan an item, then you'll be flagged. So they'll
True.
like see
That's kinda
everything
good.
that's in
I
your
mean,
car.
Sorry, beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
It's it makes sense, but also it's like the freedom elements that are taken away. Like it seems like a breach
it's like treading
of right.
a line of like
But they don't.
disturbing our privacy, but then also like
We don't like the fact that people have actually at the point now where they can con the system and steal all the time because people do.
You have to sign
You know,
paperwork to be in films. Like you have the right to use my face or record my face, but you go into the supermarket. You don't have to sign anything to go into the supermarket, and there's just a little sign next to. I don't know. Fuck that.
I think we've breached that when we've signed over on all of social media because that we've signed our rights to social media, and I would imagine that if we went and read the small print of all of it,
100%,
that it gives them license to pass it to the authorities, which subsequently in a court of law, a really good lawyer could stand there and go, "Did you sign your Facebook waiver?" And then they go, "Oh, you did. That means that we have access to that anyway. So
100%.
you've just given your rights."
There
to
was
the
a chick
government
that I
again."
went to school with that got like Facebook at the same time that we did, like as I don't know, early teenagers, and was doing a biology class where there was just like a photographer coming in taking pictures, and she got them to send the pictures to her. She posted a picture of like her doing biology on her Facebook, and she was doing her doctorate at uni, and one of the textbooks she was in.
oh,
Holy shit.
but
Mad.
that's the difference. You shouldn't be able to sell a photo without somebody's permission, and it's illegal. I'm pretty sure she could go after them in court. What were you gonna say?
What was I going to say? Oh, just about them changing they're like, oh, we've changed our terms and conditions. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Just randomly.
And it's like nobody ever reads
No one
that.
reads that shit.
Have you
way.
seen the South Park episode?
Yeah.
And like one of the kids signs up to Facebook, doesn't read the terms and conditions, and somewhere in it it's like, we have the right to turn up and turn you into a human centipede. Yeah. And so Mark Zuckerberg shows up. He's like, "Oh, thanks for agreeing to this. Like, come with us." He's like, "What? No." He's like, "You agreed. Fuck off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's class.
He's in the middle of a fucking centipede or cent iPad.
Well, it is true though. Like anything you post online, people can just take anything with. Apparently, there's a huge kind of discourse. Well, I don't know if you'd say a discourse online, but there's a dialogue online about people who post their kids on social media, like all those moms who are posting their children on TikTok and like doing TikTok videos of their lives. Apparently, their highest viewership is like 40-year-old men. And it's all, if you like go into commentary, it's all
absolutely
like
feral.
men posting on or commenting on the posts. And so there's like specific kids that are online that it's like gotten really, really bad. And then the moms like still continue to post because they don't care because they're getting money off of
making
it.
money.
But their demographic is literally all like, I think it's like 80% men over 40. And if you get a video that like could be sexualized, those are the ones that like really pop off.
Yeah.
Well, is that because the algorithm picks what they want?
Well,
it'll
yeah,
show
I
you-
mean,
they'll show you more.
The creepy
kids.
pedophilic men want to see those videos. So, of course,
So
Yeah,
the algorithm
yeah.
will be like, oh,
I feel
it's
yeah,
all
but
kids,
it's like
but it doesn't know
the
that
mom
you're-
that's posting the videos of her kid, people think it's unethical. Like I
agree.
Yeah, if
that's
you
who's
know that
watching
you're,
it.
and also like the family. Oh my god!
If you
Sorry.
stop kicking it, we'll stop talking over.
Hold that thought.
You keep talking, it's
Okay.
still working.
The family that I'm thinking of, it's been a huge thing online where people have found clips of the girl. I think she's like 3 or 4, like on black websites. So it's like it's a known thing that people are taking the videos and sexualizing them, and the mom continues to post, and she has a
it's fine.
huge following, like millions of people. And if you look at the comments, like it's all gross comments from men.
It's on the mum. It has to be.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It has to
It's
be.
Get
obviously
a bit closer to you, Mark.
Sorry, it's obviously cooked because we shouldn't live in a world that like old men are gross on 4-year-old children. But at the same
do.
time, you're literally posting your 4-year-old on TikTok, and you know that your kid is being posted on the black web and
It's
being
disgusting.
sexualized.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
fucked.
why are you?
I can't
putting
believe
your
people are
child
out
on
there doing that shit. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why is that a
it's-
thing?
But
It
but
sets
right
them
now,
apart
bro.
as well.
But right now, there's literally there's comms in the public domain of people sympathising or enabling like minor what's it called
Well, minor attracted.
minor attracted persons. That's a
What do you
thing.
mean? Minor attracted? Oh, like pedophiles.
Like literally paedophilia.
Oh, I actually saw this TED Talk
This is
years
fucked.
ago that was talking about how pedophilia is a sexuality.
Oh,
I
I
saw
see.
Which I think is so crazy to think about, like, because all these people, like, they grow up, the people who are pedophiles, they grow up and, like, that's all they've been attracted to, and it's like they say they see it, or like the TED Talk was talking about, it's something that they
It's
can't
scholar
control.
after it.
Yeah, I
chemical
mean, I obviously
castration.
don't support
Like
it in the
that.
slightest, but it is crazy to think about. It used to just be like an accepted thing.
It has to be a
until 100
large
years ago.
percentage of the population. There's got to
It
be a
is.
large portion of people that feel that way.
100%.
It's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know walking down the
Wait,
street.
who's doing Wait, what did you say? Minor accepting people?
Minor attracted persons. They've talked about this in Congress, and they've talked about this like.
No way.
who's the-
So they're just renamed pedophilia?
Yeah, and they're trying to they're trying to make it more acceptable.
What?
That's the only reason why they'd be talking about it, right?
Oh
But
my
I think
God.
potentially just I don't know a thing about minor attraction. It's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that potentially what they're trying to do is take pedophilia is like just quite an intensive phrase, and there's a lot of people that, like, if you look at a lot of like serial criminals that commit sex offences with children and stuff, they've come from heavy duty backgrounds, and they're probably I would assume they're not trying to blanket phrase the entire paedophile population.
I think
with
they're
that.
probably trying to
They're probably trying-
compartmentalize it a little bit.
so that it's like there's pedophiles
Yeah.
and they are fucked up,
Yeah.
and there's minor attracted people who are also fucked up, but like
They have
they're
a
fucked up
disorder or
for
something, right?
a
Like,
reason. Like they're not just mindless pedos. I don't know.
No, I think pedophilia is like more a generalized term, and maybe people, the reason they've come up with the minor attracted thing is to clearly show that like those people aren't attracted to like kids, like people below the age of 10 or something. Like they're trying to say, oh, I'm attracted to a 13-year-old instead of like a 2-year-old.
That's fucked.
Oh,
Both are
I'm reading
equally
I'm reading a
disgusting.
document here.
What's it
It's
saying?
just children. It's just any
Okay,
age
so
group.
it's
any age.
pedophilia.
It's just
So they're just trying to
pedophilia.
sugarcoat
Yeah.
pedos.
They're just trying to sugarcoat pedos, yeah.
But
which would make them more attractive to children.
To me, a minor is like 10
And now
to
sport.
18. Is a minor
now
not like
sport.
10 to 18, or is a minor like all ages?
Sorry?
Is a minor all under 18, or to me, a
Yeah.
minor would be like 10 to 18?
No, mine is under 18.
Because
Okay.
I would
always
say
thought a pedophile.
I would say like a child for
Yeah.
under.
A child is a minor. They're the synonymous.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought pedophiles were the ones that went for like under 12.
Pedophile is
was
anything
like-
under
Yeah,
18.
it is, okay.
Because of the legal age.
Yeah,
But I mean,
fuck.
pedophiles generally would be like 14 and below.
Well, here it's
See,
16.
do you want me to actually
Yeah,
read? So
sure.
this is a like a government document. What they call it's like a dissertation. It's written in the style of like a dissertation, a study. So the phrase minor attraction acts as an umbrella term to describe a range of chronophilic orientations. A chronophilia is a distinct type of sexual attraction patterns that varies as a function of the ages of preferred sexual targets. CETO 2017. The most studied chronophilic category is paedophilia, which is defined as a primary or exclusive sexual attraction to pre-puberty children, typically between the ages of 3 to 10 years. However, Seto's model of chronophilias take a much broader view and acknowledges that some people may have sexual preferences for younger infants, pubescent children aged 11 to 14, hebephilia. I can't believe this.
wow, so
Or
they really
older
broke it
minors
down.
who are depending on the legal code of given jurisdiction may be below the age of consent. Ephebophilia. This latter category is controversial in that some argue how some level of sexual attraction to post-pubescent minors who are approaching the age of consent is a normative form of sexuality. And there's a big discussion on 2 papers. Chronophilias continue to encompass attraction to adults of traditional reproductive age, middle age, and older age. For the purpose of this paper, we consider minor attractions to encompass nephrophilic, pediophilic, and hebephilic attraction categories.
Fuck.
Interesting that they were able to develop a study like that's so compartmentalized like that. Like I wouldn't think that certain people would be like, yeah, I'm only into 11 to 13-year-olds.
It's not that hard
Sorry.
to. I don't know.
pull it out a little
I
bit.
feel like maybe I
Just needs
just
to be
watched too
closer.
much true crime
Is that
stuff, but it's not entirely out of the gate to think of it like for them to have to break it down that much, because like you think about like Ian Watkins, for example, the lead singer of Lost Prophets, he was like exclusively into babies, infants.
Well, if you
Like,
if you don't know, his
Well, there's a
password
lot
to his
of
house
rock
was "I
stars.
fuck kids," and
Yeah.
quite literally babies.
There's a lot of rock stars who would like fuck 15-year-olds like in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
when they
that
were
was
touring.
mad. Yeah.
Like,
but
it's a
that
huge
that
thing.
comes from a lack of. And I'm not like trying to make this seem all good, but it was far harder to distinguish back then, especially
Yeah.
if you've got. They were like superstars. Or this is the chat anyway that comes from them. They were so above everyone. They were like superheroes essentially, and you've got young ladies 15 to 17 whatever literally throwing themselves at them and
Telling
waiting
you
for them
they're
after
18.
telling you that they're the right age, you know, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
When you're fucked up, you've drank a bottle of Jack and you've got a chick telling you she's 18 and all
Well,
the
it's
rest
like
of it.
the bro-
I mean
I think it's
Josh
almost
Giddey,
like forced ignorance, though, in a way where they're
Well,
not asking.
There's also
they're picking the cream of the crop too.
Yeah.
Don't forget, like it's
also
all
there's
that,
like back then, like things like IDing and shit like that weren't as shit hot. Like Josh Giddey that plays for Oklahoma City got stabbed recently, let
yeah.
off, but like stabbed initially because he had sex with this chick. Turns out she was 16. She posted on Snapchat being like, I just fucked Josh Giddey, and they were like, whoa, she's 16. But he met her in a nightclub.
Yeah.
So there was like a level of like assumed age, and then after the fact he found out, obviously, whether that be through the fact that it came out in the press or she said, oh, I'm actually 16. And so like, but back in the 80s, like I highly doubt like they were as fucking, there was like 20 red badge security guards at the entrance to the gig checking IDs. It was just like, you got a ticket and you get,
Imagine if that's your
you
kid.
look old enough.
It's definitely still happening now, though. I mean,
yeah.
I remember I was in high school. I was 16. A rapper came to my hometown and was playing at like our local gig place.
And I fucked him.
No, I didn't. But this girl that was younger than me, she was like 15. He knew she was 15.
Oh, and
she went back to his hotel with him. He put on lesbian porn. They had sex, and then I think they had a shower, and then they watched porn again. He like put on porn. He bought porn on like the hotel TV.
But she had a towel.
Shut up. And she was 15. Like, and he knew she was
Yikes.
15. He was like, I think 35. I don't want to name the rapper. 'cause
Do
I
it.
don't wanna-
Name and shame.
Drop it.
No, I'll tell you
it.
after.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how famous is this rapper?
You would know it. I think you would know his name.
Oh shit.
He's pretty gross, to be honest. I have
No
to
shit.
remember.
Diddy.
Diddy did it.
There's so
I'd
much
have to,
Diddy shit.
I'd have to
Diddy
look it up.
did it.
He's white. If that helps, I don't know. I'll tell you after.
was Eminem.
Riff Raff.
Who's that? Wait, can you show me?
Great cover,
Can you
Kenzie.
show me what
Great
Riff Raff
cover.
looks like?
Riff Raff's the man.
It was Vanilla Ice.
Riff Raff is the man.
Riff Raff as in like Rocky Horror Picture Show Riff Raff?
No, it's not Riff Raff, bro.
Was that a death metal rock reference?
No, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Educate yourself, Phil. What do you mean?
You're human.
You not seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I've seen it.
No, you've seen it. Yeah,
It's not that Riff Raff.
definitely.
That just went smile politely. We're verifying you're human. did all
Is that the
cynical
guy that
thing,
was in
and then
Spring Breakers?
Verified.
Weird. The
got
website
your
is
Can you
face
show
now,
me another
Paula.
photo?
They've got your face.
Yeah, no, facts. That was weird as fuck. It wasn't even like a click on.
Nah.
Are you a robot?
I didn't
Do you know
even
the
say
Are-
it.
Do you know
Yeah,
what Are
yeah,
You a
yeah.
Rebel
Captures.
actually does?
Gets access to your computer.
Yeah, it searches back your like last 5 websites to detect whether it was like a botty behaviour or not.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
So it literally gets your history.
That is mad. I should know that.
Hacked.
Do you guys wash your legs in the shower?
Nah. I mean, after football, yeah,
You
but
have
like,
to.
nah.
We get
Thighs
muddy
once
ass
a week.
legs.
Bottom half every 2.
Yeah.
Bottom half every 2.
I'm
Connor?
gonna cop some flack for this, but I wash my entire body every time I go for a shower.
Why would you cop
No, you
flack for
don't.
that?
Because they 100% will be like, gay. But
That's not at all.
no,
I
yeah.
did a
This is just like one of those we over.
He also shaves his legs.
I
hot.
definitely don't.
No, I'm just kidding. I did a
When I'm
poll.
feeling saucy.
I did a poll on my Instagram stories a while ago. Well, that almost fell again. Because I got called out for not washing my legs in the shower. And then I found out like 80% of people wash their legs in the shower.
80%? No
I'd
way.
say-
80%, no,
I'd
sorry.
say
80% of my
60% of
poll,
people
just to
lie.
be clear, I didn't Google this. Maybe you can Google this and find out the statistics. But it was funny because most of the people who said that they don't wash their legs in the shower were not from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't know if that's like a nationality
Colonisers.
thing.
We don't wash.
No,
there
but-
was a thing on
yeah.
the radio a while back. Like this was like a hot topic of conversation in the media over here, where there was like, I think it was just on a radio show. It came up as like someone mentioned it, and it became like a thing where everyone was talking about it. About like, do you just wash your upper body and then
Yeah.
like the soap runs down and that's clean,
Yeah.
or like do you wash yourself? And there was like a whole there was loads of people.
Well, you
But-
obviously wash
Well,
like your
I,
bits.
I was
you
chatting
know?
to somebody recently about washing their booty hole, and They don't wash
Oh,
their
how
booty
guys!
hole.
Oh my god, I've seen that
What?
before. Guys like don't
They
put
don't
soap.
touch their asshole.
Yeah.
with the,
What
with
There
the
are
soap.
guys who don't
but
wash
that's
their
minging.
ass.
Like, well,
Yeah,
you gotta-
I've
you
seen
gotta
that
get
before
right
as
in
well. There
there.
are guys who don't
Yeah.
wash their ass. But no, just to be clear, it was like Americans, like people I know from home who just said, no, I don't wash my legs in the shower.
There's classic memes. These are like
Yeah.
Facebook memes, like old,
Facebook
like back. I'm talking like
Yeah.
growing up new to Facebook. I remember seeing the memes of like the heat map of a man's body, and it just being like, this is where if you don't shower like this, what are you? And it just stopped at the thighs, the top of the thighs. Yeah.
There was a guy at my school that we called Credit Card from the first time we played a game away and had to use open showers because he washed his arse by taking the bar of soap and like putting it in between his butt cheeks and just like swiping it up and down. So he had MasterCard, credit card, all of that chat.
And then you all just got in on it after.
That's
Crazy that you managed to
little
lose that
sheds.
nickname.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no,
were
he didn't
shared.
lose that nickname at all.
And then he
He's-
dropped it, and we fucked him.
Do you?
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Buzzy, soap chat.
So have you guys ever met? You've met someone who doesn't wash their ass in the shower?
Oh yeah, just yeah, we
Is
were
it you?
just passing conversation.
Is it name and shame time?
Nah, definitely not.
They know who they are, Marcelo.
Or what about peeing sitting down?
I'll always treat myself to a sit-down piss.
Only when you're
Jesus.
hammered. Only when you're so hammered.
Really?
And in the morning.
Because
Yeah.
you'll get piss everywhere?
Yeah, I was gonna say in the morning, but I didn't want to say it in case I got roasted. But yeah,
Aw.
morning peas. Sometimes sit down.
Oh,
just
you
can't
got
be arsed,
it's when, you know when
knackered,
you just
can't be
get up
arsed.
and you're like staggering around because you're that tight, like it's like
Yeah,
those
you
ones.
like
Like, I'll
So I
definitely.
will
Oh,
fall
middle of the
over
night
it, like
piss.
or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like the lean
Those
on the
are my
wall or
favourite
like the head on the wall or something. You just like
The lead
yeah.
on the.
But like, instead of that, just sit down.
This motherfucker needs to do his morning pisses sitting down.
Yeah.
That's such a
Piss
fucking yarn.
everywhere.
It's not a yarn,
It's such a yarn, bro.
Someone's got a
I get fucking
mate.
I get blamed for everything around here. Chicken
Aw,
mince in
the
the fridge.
chicken
Oh, must be
mince.
gone. It's fucking. It's not
Yes.
fair.
When was the last time you took the bin out?
Last week
Bullshit.
I was on bins.
Did you put yourself
No,
in
you
it?
weren't.
not
Yes, I
the
was.
glass bin. I just mean our bin bag out of
Yeah.
No, you weren't. Paz was
Right.
on bins last week,
A
and
week
he only
before
did
then.
one of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
What
And then
I'm
Sam
hearing
was on
is
the
you're
week
a
before
bad
and buggered
flatmate.
it, and then you were on it before
Oh,
that
yeah.
and did none of them.
I just mean the white bin bags because I just see you just stack it up next to the bin every time.
I really
Just
love
pile
flat
it.
chat on the podcast.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
ban that.
Bin that.
You're nasty.
Speaking of bins.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. And moving on. We've got a segment coming up. Fan favorite, from what I hear.
A fan favorite.
Let's bring it in. Back to the lightning or frightening.
Oh,
What advertisements? What things have been advertised to me during the week? And are
Yes.
they frightening or are they fucking lightning? Boom. So first one I'm gonna hit you with a bit of a weird one, but Wolverine claws.
Sick.
Show us
In a
a
sexual way?
Show us a picture.
Show us a picture.
how
Alright.
functional?
We'll be able to put it on the
How,
video.
You
how
can-
functional are these?
Slide these onto your hands.
So they gloves
Are they-
with claws on
It's
them.
just fucking Wolverine claws. I don't know how else to explain
Are they
it.
blades?
They're
Better.
blades, bro.
Oh,
Real blades?
I don't know.
Or fake blades?
Some Temu style, probably.
So
break.
are they leather gloves with knives?
that big.
No, they were long. I mean, I was going to say they probably break off once you stab someone with them, which is double damage, right? Leave the blades in.
yeah.
But
Um,
I thought pretty sick, and you know, after
I mean,
all
if
the
you stab
frightening
someone
ones
with
last
them
week.
and they snap off, you've got the handle, so all DNA and incriminating evidence is attached to you still. So it's actually genius.
yeah.
If you're a murderer.
if you're out for blood. Yeah, I'm kind of. I'm
If I'm
leaning
dressing
on
up
ultimate like.
Right, there we go.
Oh
You
shit!
can't,
Those are like
grip onto them.
Oh no! Those are like
yeah, yeah.
knuckle dusters, but
They're like knuckle dusters, but they would kill.
Yeah, they're.
Can you
They're pretty
clarify this came up as an ad for you?
I,
Or
seen
you
it
just
as
were
last week.
browsing?
I was just trying to find Wolverine claws now because I didn't save the.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So
but it did come up.
Yeah,
as
of
an
course, of course.
So
I wouldn't lie about it.
My question for that. Oh, you are lying.
No,
But
this,
can we-
this is the bit. This is
Can
the
we
segment. You know,
break
like.
into the fact that like clearly you would be advertised for
last week we
Well,
were
see,
getting
that's the point,
advertised
right?
dildo massage guns. This is like way
dildo
tamer.
massage.
That was last one.
No, let's see. I was
Are you
going to bring
just,
up
like-
another some slipper related thing, but
Fucking around
we
on
can't.
camera?
I don't want to seem like I'm getting foot related advertisements all the time.
Because you don't
it was
want
toe
everybody to
socks
know you
last
have a
week,
foot
you know,
fetish.
Hey, Kenzie, you got to roll with the bit.
Yeah, but
No.
also
I am
Temu
rolling
does
for it.
give you loads of things that aren't necessarily
You know?
in your thing. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
think
what,
that's-
you must have seen an advertisement that you were just like,
what
This
the
feels like a fetish bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
all right, so I'll wear my toe socks, put on my Wolverine claws,
And
get my
just scratch
massage
that
gun
shit.
dildo.
and
Yeah.
then scream when you come with your eyes open.
Curl your toes
tell-
in. No, surely you'll be able to curl your toes in with those little sock things you got advertised.
that would
Oh,
be
that's why he likes
extra
toe
good.
socks.
Oh, the curly toe.
You
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna have to buy some.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
shit.
looks like you just had a real enlightenment moment.
Maybe I
Which is
did.
part of the bit, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What
It's
is
definitely
it?
a bit.
Add frightening
So-
or enlightening?
Stop kicking
Are
the
we saying lightning for the claws? Lightning.
I'm trying to think of a serious purpose that I'd want to use them for.
killing people.
Nah, like,
Chopping veg.
yeah, more like actual
No.
functional day-to-day stuff. Like
Chop a sweet potato in one
They look
fell
real
swoop.
and they look legit. And I think that if you were to
Turning
learn
over
to use
sausages
them,
on the barbecue.
I get
True.
that. Farming. I think they'd be
Farming.
great.
Oh.
They'd be great for churning
Rakes.
soil. And I think that,
Churning soil.
actually, if you were going to get stuck into some planting potatoes, you'd be there in no time.
All right, so add to cart.
I'm
That whole
going
thing
add to
in your
cart.
accent.
I'll grow the I'll grow the
Agricultural
mutton chops
lightning.
out.
Potatoes.
I'll be a proper Wolverine.
couple spuds, couple onions. I'm going lightning.
Right?
I'm lightning,
this?
but not for the same reason.
You're on the frightening wave, aren't you?
I thought it was enlightening.
Lightning.
Like, oh
Like
yeah.
I'm enlightened.
Sick.
No,
Or
lightning as in
frightening.
like
Shit.
from the sky electricity, or frightening. Scary.
Shit and crap.
Can I say enlightening?
All right, yes, you may.
Because I
Yes,
think
you
they're
may.
enlightening that there's stuff like that on the internet. And I think you
Okay,
should buy them
okay.
low key and see what you can do.
See what we
Well,
can
see,
do.
everything that's lightning, we're going to purchase.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, we
say,
should
why
actually do
not?
that.
You're
You should.
surprised that anything is like, if anything you can think of is probably on the internet. So
you're
why
right.
has that
That's
like
true.
baffled you?
No, it really hasn't baffled me. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I do think you should buy anything that comes up, and then you can show.
That is
and
like-
We can,
tell.
that's a good. That's
Hang
good.
on the walls and shit.
That's a good extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extension.
Yeah, we'll just have to do it all like
Extension.
9
Right.
weeks in advance.
Jake,
so-
what's your
True.
credit card number?
4141.
It's already plugged into Team for buying the dildo
We just
hand,
purchased
isn't
it with
That's
the
my grand's
CCVT bank account,
Sorry, Gran.
which is
It's not.
Jake's bank account.
Yeah, if
All
anybody would like to make any donations so that we can please purchase these lightning or frightening bags.
Yeah, give my bank account.
All right.
This is
On to
sponsored
the
by
next
Temu.
one. On to the next one. So this one 100% was advertised to me. There's no beating around the bush with that.
Okay.
Jaw toners.
Oh, nice.
Jaw what?
Toners. So these little rubber balls that often come on like a necklace, so you can hang it on
Fucking
your neck.
ball
This adds
gag.
up because you look at yourself in the mirror when you have sex.
What?
Yeah.
I'm talking about jaw toners. She's like, you look at yourself
No, but
in the mirror
it's like
when
a
you're fucking.
aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
It's
oh,
for,
So
yeah.
that adds up.
The idea is you,
like makes you
Yeah,
go
to make
full,
to have a
like-
better jawline.
Yeah, yeah.
Stronger
Best are
jawline.
incredible.
You don't need to explain that to me.
Nah.
No, I'm not explaining it. I'm
Johnny
just saying, like,
Bravo.
what, do you think they work? Do you
Yeah.
think they're real? Like,
Apparently, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
If anything
yeah.
that anything that
100%
Huberman
it
says is facts,
yeah. Yeah.
Anything
I mean,
what says?
including
you speak about Huberman.
Yeah.
You hear about what this guy's been
including running 6 misses at the same time.
You know Huberman. He's got 6 fucking girlfriends all on the sly. None of them know about each other, and it's all just come out.
Who is this?
Andrew Huberman. Oh, fucking Jesus. Yeah.
I don't know who
Don't
this
want to
is.
unpack that.
Ah, hailing Lord Jesus.
So
no idea who this
jaw
guy is.
toners.
You don't know who Andrew Huberman?
I might know him to see
I can't
him,
even
but
speak anymore.
yeah, no idea who you're on about.
If I was to purchase some jaw toners, do you think we'd all just sit around playing RuneScape, just all day, just walk
King.
out with these giant fucking jaw muscles?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what muscles does it? These would you end up just like if you fucked it up?
So
would
clench
you
your
end up with
jaw.
like
Clench your
chipmunk?
jaw. You feel that one?
Yeah, you know, like
When have you ever
you'd be-
woken up after a massive rave and gone, oh, my cheeks up here are really sore?
Well, no, 'cause
He
I'm not
wakes up and
thinking-
goes, oh,
I'm
my
not-
asshole's
It's
normally-
always your jaw, bro.
No,
what are
if
you
you-
talking
if
about?
you-
Yeah, no,
Smile
it's
heaps,
not.
though.
It's not like my. Yeah, no. Normally, it's my like cheeks and my lips that are like really sore after a
Your
rave.
lip-
Like my
oh,
muscles don't
okay.
really hurt. It's because I've bitten my face off.
My cheeks.
But I don't
Cheeks
do drugs.
from getting clapped.
If I did, it would be my lips and my cheeks that get like I
God,
chew
it's
them a lot when I'm twisted.
All right, lightning for the jaw toners then.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my
Yeah, I'll go
You could
like-
take them to a rave.
yeah,
Yeah.
and exercise while.
Yeah, just go.
Sam, if you're talking about something to have in your mouth while you're at a rave, Sam definitely prefers a dummy.
Yes, that is facts.
What do you-
Allegedly.
All right, next,
Sport.
next, third and final item.
Yeah.
So you know how you have Crocs? You know how people can put like little, I don't know, you
Gibbets?
put like little, is that what they're called? Gibbets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we have Kenzie on.
I am a
Enlightening
smart
us.
human.
They're little gibbets. I saw headlights. Like fucking.
I have one.
You have a headlight for your Crocs.
My sister gave it to me.
That is fucking.
No way. What,
I've
like,
never put it
God.
on before.
what, like you actually walk around with lights
You have
on?
I've never
headlights.
put it on, but it literally like turns on and it's a light.
Unbelievable.
Headlight for your Crocs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm not saying that there's
That's
certain things that
fucking
would
amazing.
attract murderers, but like if I was a murderer or I was an ill-to-do, and you see someone with a light on there, surely that's just like highlighting your presence in the dark. That's like
Honestly, my sister gave it.
Jake wants to kill people.
We are being held here against our will. Help.
hostage
My
chained
sister
to a
gave it to
radiator
me
video.
because she got it for free somewhere, and then I was gonna give it to the hairdresser that I was dating for a bit. And then obviously didn't. But he liked those. He liked random little gadgets like that, and I thought he'd think it was.
I bet
attractive.
he
Your
did.
Crocs.
Did you put any in his anus?
No, but thanks.
Would
I
you
never
have
gave
liked
it
to
to
have
him. It's literally like the size of a tiny
This
headlight.
is actually the perfect time to just dog him. Do you want to dog him? I love him really. Oh my god.
So
Ew,
we'll go
no,
with
I
frightening.
yeah.
So we'll go with frightening.
We'll go frightening on that.
No,
show.
if,
Do
if
they
I
have
have anything to
reversing
say,
ones?
it's don't date
Reverse-
your hairdresser.
He's got a beeper as well.
Yeah, they're like warning.
Start walking
Jake is
backwards.
entering the room.
Low key though, should we all get one?
No.
I'd have to buy Crocs
No, I didn't
first.
want
We
to
need
get
to
one
buy the
anyways.
Wolverine claws for sure. We need the massage
Matching?
dildo and a
Oh,
Wolverine
see,
claw.
the massage
That
dildo.
volumes.
That was fucking. We gave that
Can you
lightning.
explain
Yeah.
the massage dildo, please? Is that like
Massage
it
gun.
goes up and down?
You know, like. Grrr.
Like, you know the massage guns? It's
There we
that,
go.
but it's got a Blackatron 5000 on the end of it.
Whoa,
There.
Big old cock, big old wobbly cock.
how big?
Big old
big as
odd
you
mud
want.
bone.
Anywhere from like
Hey.
anywhere from tiny ding dong to what's the bro's name with the massive schlong?
Odd Mudbone.
Ogmudbone
Yeah.
or Mandingo.
Mugbone.
Yeah,
Bone?
Ogmudbone.
Oh, is this the guy that you've shown
Well,
me?
yeah, we
before?
were.
Let's think about that.
Oh, should we talk about Og?
We were
The
here
things that we
playing
do
fucking
when we're
poker
playing
one
poker.
night.
If you fancy a quick laugh,
A not safe for work Google search.
yeah,
Not safe for work. Google search.
then search up our dearest friend Og Mudbone into the Pornhub, and you will
Got a
find
giant mud bone.
baguette,
Un baguette.
baguette.
No, but have you ever, if in Peaches and Cream, like they have like full on fucking arms,
Oh yeah,
fists. That shit's crazy.
Jake's got one in his room.
Two actually.
Train wreck himself.
I was trying to like be like.
I can't fit
wait,
my
so
fist
up
in
your
my mouth,
ass
but
and
this
up
one's
your
slightly smaller,
throat.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
tie one arm behind my back and
You
pretend
tie
it's
one
small.
arm behind
the
your
old,
You've done that on camera.
Oh my God.
fucking loving it.
just
So I tried to explain that to someone the other day because I just by default did it, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, my flatmate Paz did it once. I just thought it was hilarious." And I was like, "I don't actually do that. I just think it's funny."
pain and punishment,
pain and pleasure.
pain and pleasure. That's it.
Fuck yeah. My God.
There's I don't know if it's, I think it's a tattoo studio called Pleasure and Pain. I can't
Probably.
My friend's dentist growing up, his name was Dr. Payne. Imagine that.
P-A-Y-N-E or P-A-I-N?
P-A-I-N.
Sick.
Going to the dentist and about to get a tooth ripped out, and your dentist's name is Dr. Payne.
Sounds like a super villain.
It sounds like something in 50 Shades of Grey, to be honest.
Sit in my
Or if his name was Dr. Pain.
Dr. Payne.
Oh,
Like Christian Grey, I feel like would be related to Dr. Payne or something.
that's just his
Christian
alter
Grey.
ego. That is his alter ego when he
Yeah.
goes into his boudoir of naughties.
Do you reckon they
Boudoir
named
of
Christian-
naughties.
Who's Christian Grey?
The guy from
50 Shades of Grey,
You never
Do you
watched
reckon
that?
they called him
No,
Christian
same.
Grey because Christian just suggests like good behaviour and well-to-do?
Ooh, I have never thought about the
And then the fact he's
psychological
actually a
naming of
dog.
Christian Grey. Apparently, people do think that there's like a weird psychological part of E.L. James, who's the person who wrote 50 Shades of Grey, because she was a virgin when she met Christian Grey. So it's like this kind
Wait,
of.
is it a true story?
No, in the book, but It's people think that she has like more Christian values or is Christian because there's the aspect of what's her name in the Anastasia being virgin when they first meet, and she's like a virgin, and then they get married and she's never had sex with anybody else.
Oh, he fucks her up.
Oh,
She was a virgin, then her first
Okay.
experience was like with a semi-sadist. That would be pretty wild.
I don't know anything about
their first, if you've seen the movies, their first time they have sex is like normal, and then it just gets a little bit crazier.
Oh yeah.
I actually recently watched the trilogy with my flatmate. They're not awful movies.
What with the
There's a
flatmate?
trilogy?
Which flatmate
there's
did you
three.
watch it with?
I've been
Hazel.
forced to
Oh,
watch
not
one.
the one that's been
No.
fucking.
There's 3 movies: 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades
darker.
Darker, and 50 Shades Freed.
Free.
Og Mudbone stars in 50 Shades Darker.
No, you never see his dick or anything. I
Oh
don't
my
think.
god.
Nah, just lots of tying up, and she's like
Have you
little
seen them?
quiet bookworm. I've seen them. I was bullied into watching one, but it was actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it's kind of good, low key.
Yeah, no, it's just your little library chick
Yeah.
who not
Yeah.
the character of the little dot, and then she just gets fucked up.
Yeah, the end of the first movie is like the worst, where she's like, show me your worst, like I want to understand like how bad it can get.
Yeah, 'cause
and then he like hits her with a belt like heaps of times on the ass, and then they break up for a bit, and then they get back together.
I just remember like a bunch of internet people. It's like there was the chicks at school that were like up to sexual mischief, and then those books came out, and all of the nerds were all the book nerds
Started
were suddenly
fucking.
like just up for it.
I think
Yeah,
it was a
whenever you
sexual
walk past them, there was a
reawakening for a
weird
lot of
hum.
people.
I thought it
You're
was
like-
all
A lot
the
of middle-aged
old
women.
mums. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
vibrating. Everyone's like, oh
But
shit,
like,
and they're like turning them
that's
off.
kind of iconic that a book can just bring people out of their like sexual little hole, you know? I think a lot of moms who maybe just hadn't been like really getting it for
Never
a while,
had a good fucking
they read
scene
those
too.
books and they're like, oh, I want to
There
like
was a
have
bunch
sex
of like
again.
mid-40s
You know?
dudes that had just been doing belly
Also,
to belly
low-key,
for 20 years and being
sexual
like, this
books
is
are
sick,
great.
being like, fuck, now I gotta use a belt and do all this fucking gay shit instead of just belly to belly, boom.
No, but
100%.
surely like people are into like spicing it up in the bedroom and having a good time. Like, why would you want to just like, I'm done?
Well, yeah, no,
So
100%.
selfish.
But there would have been a bunch. There would have been a bunch.
Yeah.
There would have been a
Screaming
bunch of
like
chicks that were having just like boring sex for like 10, 15
Yeah,
years, read
exactly.
that book. But for every chick that had been having boring sex for 10, 15 years, at least 50% of those males were not impressed with having to actually make an effort for the first
Yeah.
time in 20 years. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, but also
Yeah, I don't know about
good
that.
that
bro.
those books came out and that they had to start making an effort. Because if you're having boring sex, you're boring, and who wants to be boring?
I can imagine you to have been upset by that. Oh fuck! I've got to do stuff now. She wants me to spit on her and everything.
She wants me
I
to
do not
spit
want to do
on
that.
her.
I'll just fucking let's just fucking full disclosure here. There was one chick that I got with once who was like spit on me, and I wasn't having it. I'm sorry.
And that's fine. That's your truth. You don't want to spit on somebody.
I was
That's
just
all
like,
good.
I didn't. Well, no, I spat once, and then I was like, now you're just covered in spit.
Just one of those really like awkward.
Did
like,
you spit on her face, or where did you spit?
And she was like, spit on me, and I was like, this was bellying it up.
I would love to know where she developed that kink and when she discovered it.
I don't know,
'Cause
she's
people
into some
have like a
pretty wild
discovery
shit.
moment where they're like, shit, I'm into that. You know?
One of
Yeah.
my mates was getting with this chick, and halfway through having sex with her, I won't name drop either of them, but was having sex with this chick, and halfway through she was like, I want you to hit me. And he was like,
True.
and she was like, no, like
a pussy hit.
like, yeah, 100%. And she was like, no, like, hit me. And he went to go like this again, and she closed his fist, and he was like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Wild. But
No.
where the fuck does that come from?
That's some dark shit, I think.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it is her truth, but I do think that it comes from a dark place. I don't know about like the psychological studies there, but I
Yeah.
would assume
I'm
that it's
here
from
for
a
some
dark
donkey
place.
punch.
For some punch or some slap?
Donkey punch.
Do you know what a donkey punch is?
Have you not said it?
I don't
That's
wanna
a
talk
reference
about
to like
Donkey
year
punch is
11
like
school
you're
shit.
you're doing doggy,
There's a film.
and then just as you're about to knit,
There's a whole film. They made a film. They made a
Cool.
film, and it became a thing. And it was like I mean, quite a show. I was about 16 at the time, and it was
So it was like your
When it
thing.
was topical. No, so the whole thing is the start of the film. They're all high school going on the piss, that kind of thing. They hire a boat. They go out on the lake or the river or wherever they go, and then these two start fucking. And he's been like all bigged up about this whole thing of Donkey Punch. Oh, she'll love it. Like it's like the climax, like extended and all that. And then they're fucking and doggy. And then she's like, I'm about to come. And he just fucking kidney punches her, and she dies.
Kidney punches.
Yeah, it's like right in her
She
back, in like the
dies.
bottom
She
of the back.
dies.
It
Oh,
just kills
because
her.
they're doing doggy.
And then it's like a horror film. It's like it goes all tits up. Yeah, obviously.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
punching anyone in the kidneys is never good
yeah,
anyway.
see, that sounds like something that would have been popular when we were in high school.
It was just
yeah,
just
like
chat.
American
Yeah.
Pie shit.
It was
like
like that,
growing
yeah,
up
but
with
like
waffle.
yeah.
I tried to
How good
explain
was
it
American
to
Pie?
what it was to a girl once, and she said,
I swear,
"You do realize we can just
I
clench."
watched American Pie way too young because I had an older brother. Like,
Yeah.
I think I was exposed to all of that stuff way too soon.
Yeah,
I got
I think we all
pirate
did
copy
that.
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I remember watching it. I was about
Beta
14
House.
and was like, yo, Beta House was mental.
Beta House, I got
Yeah.
a pirate copy. I was staying at my grand's, and like upstairs I was in the spare room, and my grand's husband was down the pub every night, and so like there was the wee guy selling pirate copies, and I just found like the entire collection, and I was like, which ones are like fucking R18, which ones are like just crazy shit that I wouldn't have been able to see. And then that came up, and I was like, I've heard about this, and I watched, and I was just like, oh, my mind was blown. It was just
Yeah.
like titties everywhere. I was like,
Beta House was full of titties and people getting
8 years
jizzed on.
old.
Like the fucking unisex showers.
The fucking playing Russian roulette with a gun full of donkey spunk.
Oh, yeah, that's that one.
The guy with the sheep fetish.
How good was the day when you were allowed to watch like 18 films or like Jackass?
No, but see, that's the thing. I was able to watch that, I think,
Straight
when I was
away.
like 9 or 8.
You're so lucky.
No, it's because I had older siblings, and at my dad's house we had no
No control.
supervision.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he just didn't give a fuck what we did. So we'd stay up late, like on weeknights, and watch American Pie.
America.
We'd
Daddy
watch
would be on the
OC.
other end of the ranch and we would just watch
The ranch. Ugh. A house? No, I didn't live on a ranch.
ranch.
Ranch. That's where you send bad kids. Send them to the ranch.
Send him to the ranch. Actually, my brother did go to a wilderness, like, fucked up camp. You know, the ones that there's like documentaries about?
Yeah.
The Dr.
He-
Phil one.
I've seen
There's
the
so
documentary
many different
about
ones.
this.
He went to
The
a
program.
military one. It was called the Devil Pups.
What did he do to get sent there?
He was just like a generally misbehaving kid, and also like my dad was just like a little bit
Can we send Jake there?
crazy on it.
Why did you send me there? I'm an adult.
So I think the gag with most
Too
of
late.
the camps is they get like taken in the night, like they get
Abducted.
kidnapped and like put a bag over their head, like it's real fucked up shit, and then just get put in the wilderness.
Sick.
My brother didn't get kidnapped. They just like came and got him one day and told him to pack his shit, and then he was gone for a month.
Yeah.
And yeah, they like made them fight each other in rings and like had to crawl through mud. It was like real like military training, and like would literally have to fist fight each other every day, and like whoever won like got to eat first. Like super fucked up.
I feel like
dark
we'd
shit.
thrive there.
He
Yeah,
got back.
yeah, I think
no,
that's
like
good.
Sam would be
torturous
king
shit.
of the camp.
He got back. No, but it's like it's not under your own free will. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not wanting to be there. They're forcing you to do all these things
Yeah,
to like,
you've
make your
literally been
behavior better.
Guantanamo'd at 14 years
He
old.
got back, and I think he was like pissing blood because he had like gotten so many like hits to the kidney, and he had a chest infection because he had like lived in dirt for a month. Like all this messed up stuff. Also like going through initiation in a frat. My brother's actually been through the fucking ringer. They actually had to get the cops involved when he was going through his initiation
What
for
did
his
he have to do?
fraternity. What'd you say?
What did he have to do?
He didn't get it as bad, but well, you know, he did. They like locked him in a room. They would like beat them with a bat in the back. They'd make them go on their hands and knees, and they would just like beat their kidneys. My brother again was pissing blood. He had to go to the hospital. They locked one of his pledge brothers in a closet for a day and made him only drink like dip spits, you know, like tobacco that you
Yeah.
put in your mouth. He could only drink the dip spit. So it's literal like fucking
that's so
psychological
gross.
torture. It's all meant to like break down your psyche and make you basically bond with your pledge brothers to like bond you together through trauma essentially. And the people who are putting you through the initiation are sophomores, so they just went through it.
Yeah.
And so it's like a repetitive cycle where like, oh, we just went through it just as bad, like now we're gonna give it to you worse.
Yeah, we had
It
the
gets
same thing in
really,
football.
really bad.
Yeah.
I had another friend in California. They were locked in a basement with like I think a couple inches of water for like a day or two, and they just had to drink heaps of piss. And one of the boys had infected, or one of the boys had a cut in his arm, and because the water was obviously so dirty because they had flooded the basement, it got infected so badly, and they wouldn't like let them out for a day that he almost had to get his arm amputated.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's like really dusty
Pretty
Yeah, I
extreme
thought our
shit.
football ones were pretty bad.
Nah,
but that
honestly,
sounds like
the ones here are like drinking focused. Like it does get some frats that don't get super hectic into it. It is very similar, or like they force you to drink or like eat weird shit. But as you go into the South, it gets a lot, and also in some unis in California, it gets a lot more psychological.
Yeah, we just had like, I remember one of the mates being walked around a campsite with just like a collar on and a leash.
Yeah.
With just like lipstick drawn all over his back, like just random things
Yeah.
drawn on him. Dicks, mostly. Just
Yeah.
being walked around, deep heat had been rubbed all over his testicles and just being like walked through the campsite, like, like on his hands and knees.
Well,
that was pretty bad.
I was talking to the fella that plays for the touch team at the gym the other day.
Yeah.
We were just in the sauna. It was
Alfonso,
quite full.
shout out Alfonso.
Alfonso, what a guy. And we were just talking about like work incidents with
Yeah.
like people fucking themselves up. And I told him about shooting through the back of a timber and the nail squiffed and went straight through my finger. And he was talking about a guy that came onto his site and like put a piece of timber on the back of a piece of timber. It was supposed to be pinned to it, but he was putting the piece of timber there because the nails were going to go all the way through, but then he didn't realise, he was just an apprentice, he didn't realise why he had that piece of timber, so he put it on the floor and just held the back of the timber, and the guy shot 3 nails through it and just shot him straight in the hand.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
So like,
No.
and we were just talking about like how stupid like apprentices can be, because the work that you're actually doing on site is so simple, and your instruction is like so simple that people come from a schooling background, or they've just come fresh out of school, and they think that the task is actually harder than it is, or they overthink what's being asked of them. So then they prick around and try and figure it out when it's actually far more straightforward than that, and then they fuck up the actual task. And that's kind of what I believe to be the butchery
reason,
that happens
yeah.
and why apprentices can be so dumb, yet what's being asked of them is so simple.
That's why
And
these geezers can get away with getting them to go down and purchase a left-handed screwdriver or something, because they're like,
because they're trying to impress, and it's like they get caught up in this mindset of like trying to like overthink or whatever it is, and it's actually so much more just, but they can't possibly think like that because they're coming from that. I think anyway, that's my thoughts, that it's coming from the schooling thought of always trying to think outside the box when the box has just been given to you, and it's like, you know. And then I was talking, and the sauna was quite full, and there was 2 chicks sat down on the bit below. They'd just been swimming, and I'm talking then about like how that then transcends into like blooding in apprentices and stuff like that. And you see these videos of like apprentices getting absolutely rumbled, like they put down 5 buckets upside down. One of the buckets is over like a lead pipe that's like sticking out the floor, that's not going to move. It's like bedded in concrete, and they've put all these buckets down. These guys run, kick a bucket each, and then the last bucket is the apprentice, and they're like, go on lad. He just runs up, hoons the bucket, but it's just kicks a lead pipe. Things like that, and like that then has everyone in tears, and it's like bringing everyone in. It's the camaraderie of being literally a man hit wood, a shoot nail gun in wall, you know, like that. It's
Primitive.
that primitive like camaraderie of like, oh, he's the new blood, bring him in, you know, one of us. And like that, like, yeah, it can be seen from so many perspectives as like damaging, or like, but I don't know, it's worked for quite a long time.
what do the girls in the sauna say though?
Right, so leading to that, so then this chick turns around to me and she's like, that's really horrible, and like gave me one of those ones, or like, I really don't want to hear about this. And because I just spoke then, so I started telling the story that she turned around. I talked about the lead pipe, and then I described our lampposts back home. I mean, we can see lampposts here, and none of them have it, right? All the lampposts are just straight poles.
Yeah.
Back home, the lampposts are a wider pole that then turns into a thinner pole, and the wider pole stops at about 1.5 meters off the ground. So like, so just about around about waist height. So if you get a guy, if you get anyone to hold the pole and then lift their legs over their hands, so their hands are like that around the pole, and then they'll sit on the higher pole, and then they'll slide down and hit the wider pole, and their hands will be stuck, and their legs will keep their fat hands on the wider pole. You ain't getting off. because you can't move your legs wide enough to get off the wider pole. So these kids would just be stuck on the pole, and they'll do it, and then they'll just like, you know, pants them or something, and it's just shaming. It's just like you know, when you say it like that, it just seems like such bullying, but like. In the instance, I don't think it's that deep. And
I'm pretty sure over New Year's there was various attempts to get people to do that on like trees and shit.
Yeah, we were trying to do it. Yeah, because we were having the same discussion, I think. But yeah, essentially, I think a lot of the time, talking from a psychological perspective, like the kid has either got it and he's going to either walk away from that and never go back, which happens. Or they get blooded in and like.
Well, yeah, it's like trying to weed out the people who can't handle it. But
kind of. It's
you also get to feel like you're part of something.
That's the thing. It's
important.
It
For sure,
is
but
important.
to what
it's the
degree?
initiation.
I think that's the thing. Is I get it. Like funny shit, haha, men hit wood, drinking to be a part of something, but obviously when it gets to the point of like fucking psychological
the stuff
torture,
you were
like,
saying
that's when it's
a
like
whole different.
And the bit that the chick got upset with me about is obviously when you hear that and it's like you say, it's like that sounds horrendous, but the bit that she didn't get to hear about is the bit then when they're in the pub and the guy buys him a beer and he puts his arm around him
now
and
that's
says,
your mate.
And he goes, you know, like, sorry about that, lad, it's just, you know, it's all part of the fun. Here's a beer, here's some chips, and you know,
you've bonded,
see you
you've got
on Monday.
something to talk
You know,
about.
like that, all that. You don't have time to converse with people and cover the whole story, but like, you know, like that shit happened to me. You know, like it happens to everybody, and it doesn't make you a shit person, although it does it.
Also, I've just noticed. Are you wearing UGG Crocs?
No, UGG Croc. What?
They're like UGG Crocs.
I'm wearing Uggs.
They don't look like.
They're
They
not
look like
Crocs.
You can't see the
slightest.
full.
How would they be?
They're Croc-esque.
Crocs. They're not.
They're not
made
Crocs
of,
in
like,
the slightest.
suede.
They're literally
That's UGG
they're
Croc,
literally
that's what I'm saying.
platform Uggs.
But just a shout out though, any legend tradies out there, please comment some funny shit on our stuff, on
Tell
our
us
stories.
about your worst
tell us about your worst
story.
experience or the best one or the funniest thing you've ever seen on site. That
So
shit's
speaking to the
fucking funny.
male audience only.
There's
Well, Kenzie, hopefully you
there
can
are
bring
female
in.
tradies, but there's no way a female tradie is listening to it.
Hopefully you can bring in a whole new range
Yeah, I
of
wanna
female
bring in a new
listeners.
demographic.
You know?
Yeah.
Where am I
The
going?
sustainability crowd can come in and hear us be educated.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
true. I can bring in homies.
on this episode.
So
Yeah, on this-
we have a segment.
We're back to straight idiotic chat. In the
Yeah.
next
We have
Bring
a
some intelligence to the podcast.
We've actually got a pretty good team of
4 straight white males can't do a podcast
Yeah.
properly without, you know.
so we have a segment that's not actually been run yet or demoed yet, and it's called Jake Investigates. So on the podcast with 98 Ben came up with a great idea.
98 Ben.
Ben Sutherland.
Right.
Ben Sutherland came up with the idea of sending Jake in espionage mission to a homeless shelter, essentially, or without the right
social housing, basically.
and send Jake in and try and have him a night on the bend with some people in there. See how that goes.
You're reacting how I reacted as
That
well.
sounds like an awful idea.
But just some investigational journalism, you know, like undercover.
But
There's-
do you want him to do drugs?
Well,
or do you
he
want-
wants
So
to do
this
drugs.
is this was the thing was
confused.
so
We don't have
initially
to
it was like
push him
you
to do
turn up
drugs.
and their chat was turn up just with like a bag of drugs and be like let's go, and I was like that is a terrible idea. I will just get robbed and beaten up.
Yeah.
The other thing that initially was blurred in the description of the building that I was walking into was maybe it was due to my ill description, but it's a block of flats that a bunch of people who have fallen on hard times live in that has security guards at the front door. That should tell you all you need to know about the contents of that building in terms of danger. And so initially, like going up and interviewing them potentially could be cool, but spending a night in there would not be spending a night with a bunch of people. It would be either being in a flat or being in a series of flats in varying situations of varying levels of danger, depending on the mental stability or mental fragility of the people in that building.
That's why you
and that's the
just do
emotional
it.
bit. But to bring you into it, do you have an idea?
Of what?
Could for Jake Investigates? What would you like to see
Definitely
Jake
not
do?
that.
I said a
He should
mosque,
just do it
but then I
on
got
Manor
told
Street,
that it would
just a
be
night
bit
on Manor
big
Street.
to have
Yeah,
a guy with
just
a
send him out
GoPro
with a little
going
mic
into a
on
mosque
Manners.
after.
And just sit down in the little piss puddles with all the guys on Manners.
I don't know if you were.
And just chat.
I think if, obviously
That's
you do it
literally
here,
more
but
acceptable.
I reckon it'd be crack up if you went into like a sorority, but that's obviously not a thing here. Just like a sorority of like girls in Texas.
Girls'
You think
party.
they'd have him?
Yeah.
You could just set up a girls' party You
Yeah.
could control this.
Just like what he would do, like what do I do with my hands?
Yeah, just get Jake. Just get 12 women to just entertain Jake. Jake,
No.
you'd kick
This
him out.
sounds like I want to do it.
Jake entertains 12
Connor
women.
investigates.
Yeah, like,
Connor
Connor investigates the sorority, please.
No.
I'm here for that.
That.
Jake and a sorority. Jake invested. I'll book my own flights to America. That's it. Sorry, Mum, I'm not coming home for
I could bring
Christmas.
you
I'm
to
going
my
to Texas.
sorority.
You what?
I could bring you to mine.
I don't know. I feel like I know most of your sorority.
The answer's
and,
yes.
Oh, what? It's in
The
the
answer's
US.
yes, bro.
I think meant like you had like a little Wellington sorority, and I was
No,
like,
no,
I,
that was a
sorority's
lot of
like an
words that-
actual thing. I was in Kappa Kappa Gamma.
What's that? What's that? Say that again?
Kappa Kappa Gamma.
Did you have like a little like?
are they Texans?
No, I went to UC Berkeley.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I'm intelligent. That's not why I'm intelligent.
but
born.
yeah,
You know,
I'll get a flight.
we did have a symbol, but I can't remember what it was. We also had a handshake. But I wouldn't be allowed to teach it to you if I remembered it.
What's
But it was
going
like a
over
secret
there?
handshake.
I'll go hang out.
You'll go to Kappa Kappa Gamma?
100%. I'll investigate a sorority.
Sorry,
KKG.
100%.
You investigate.
can you just
I'll
tell
wear a
the,
vest
tell
and
the microphone again? What is your sorority's name?
I already said it.
Can you just do it one more time?
Do you want me to say it in a special way?
No, just say it.
The way you just said it.
Kappa Kappa Gamma.
And I said, that's in Team America.
Is it really?
Durka, durka.
No, there's heaps of different ones. Like there's Kappa Kappa Delta.
Epsilon. Yeah.
Oh, you're in
There's
Gamma,
the
so
Greek
you're like, so it's
alphabet.
alphabetical. So you were almost Z list.
No, that's not how it works at all.
Oh, is it by postcode?
Sorry. What?
How are you not alpha?
Do you know how that works? What the actual letters start? I've always wondered this. Like,
It's
so
Greek. It's the Greek alphabet.
Yeah, I know that it's the Greek, but like, what's
Yeah.
the like? Is it like in a like letters that's like? Is it like
Whoa.
KKG or is it like?
Yeah, it is KKG.
What does that stand?
But different ones like a Delta Pi, AD Pi, like there's all these different ones. Essentially, the national chapters are started, and then chapters are started at like the university. So UC Berkeley is like the UC Berkeley Kappa Kappa Gamma chapter.
Yeah.
And then there's chapters all over the country.
But what
Kappa, kappa,
inspires the selection of Greek letters? Is it just random
I'm not
letters?
sure.
'cause it's, like,
Greek
it sounds
life
cool?
was started, and then I think they just started it from like Greek letters, and then different sororities and fraternities would have grown from that and just stuck with like the Greek life for the
Sounds
Greek
like a really fun
alphabet.
thing to be a part of.
It actually was. It helps you meet a lot of people. I know at least at Cal, which is like UC Berkeley, we call it Cal as well. You don't need to be a part of Greek life, but it definitely helps you with like social aspects. Like you just meet a lot more people. Like you got.
Did you live in like the big house with all the?
I never lived in, actually. My best mate did, so I kind of lived in. Like I ate all my meals there because the cook loved me. Our cook actually used to be Leonardo DiCaprio's chef.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You don't need to be alpha to get that. No,
Yeah.
it's fucking some
What'd you
Kappa
say?
Kappa Gamma
She
shit.
went to a steak and cigar.
A steak and cigar at a frat.
At Berkeley. Frat.
Wait, which frat?
I don't know.
Oh,
Somewhere on the fucking street.
was it on Greek Row? Do you remember what the house looked like?
Big.
Okay, they're all big,
Big.
to be
There was
fair.
one on the corner which they were told never to go to because
Fiji, because they had sexual assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fiji. Facts. I broke my tailbone at Fiji.
Right.
Is
I
that?
fell down the stairs.
He went hard.
No, actually,
He donkey punched her.
He went
I
hard in
went
the paint.
to. I think this is the only time I ever went to Fiji. The frat, not the country. The only time I ever went, got absolutely blacked out. There was beer spilled on the stairs. Slipped on the stairs. Went. Doo, doo, doo. Broke my tailbone. I was so fucked, but I knew I had really hurt myself. And I just Irish exited, left the party, went home, woke up the next day, could barely walk, and then I had to get one of those like donut things to sit on at the library because I was like, oh, it's intense. Like you have
Yeah.
to study heaps. And I had to go to the library and like
Yeah,
all
that's
the desks and chairs are
That's a
wooden.
rough one to
so
break.
It was rough.
My mum broke hers, and it was the fucking donut.
Oh yeah, it was so rough. I think I didn't like. Sometimes if I sit for too long, it hurts. Like because
Just-
you can never do anything about it. It just has to heal.
Just circling back to sorority thing.
Yeah.
So sororities have hazing as well.
Kind of, but not really. I mean, not at least at my uni, or like not really much in California. They'll have more in like the South, but
So you
it's
didn't have like a hazing experience.
no. But in the South it gets like a little bit more hectic, but it's nothing compared to what frats do at all. Like there's like a kind of like boy psychological aspect of frats that does like the fucked up shit. Like
It's primitive. It's for sure it's primitive.
Yeah, I was just curious.
In sororities, like they'll do some drinking stuff, but it's not like you're forced
Let's play
to
King's
drink.
Cup till we throw up.
It's nothing even
Slumber
close to what
party.
happens in frats.
Playing spin the bottle
Have
with a
a psychological
dildo.
pillow fight.
Even at Cal, one of the frats.
Just living the 16-year-old American Pie fantasy boy chat there. Sorry.
Yeah. But no, at Cal, one of the frats they were disbanded because they'd had like a couple allegations against them. They're like one of the more fucked up ones, but they were like a popular boys frat. So like the popular boys frat was like SAE, Zate, and KA, which is Kappa Alpha. All my mates were in Kappa Alpha. I knew boys in SAE, but they were all like not my type of people kind of thing. They're all rugby boys. Some of them were lovely, but one of the boys apparently fucked a goat. And that's like in their initiation. That's something that was like spread around heaps, and that's one of the reasons they were disbanded, because they like had fucked a goat or something
just
crazy.
Go on.
Yeah.
I can see the cogs
It's twitching.
We did naked gravy wrestling for us.
Naked gravy wrestling.
Yeah. So you fill a paddling pool with gravy.
Did it
get
taste
naked.
nice?
You don't try to taste it. You just try
Did you get mashed potatoes with that?
probably somewhere there.
Yeah. No. Oh.
Someone who enjoyed
Did you all have to eat
much.
The gravy
You were
afterwards.
on Greek Row at Cal.
Huh?
Do you remember what the house looked like at all? Was it towards the end of the road or middle?
Middle.
If it was the goat fucking house.
You would have been at a random frat then. I don't know what. Like, was it white?
The people or the house?
The house.
The house was.
Did it say KA on the
I
front?
have no idea.
True. One of my best friends was president of KA. He's lovely. He just graduated from med school. He's gonna be a doctor. Same as Claudio. Love you.
Shout out Claudio.
Shout out Claudio
Claudio.
Getty,
What's good, my dog?
the future doctor. He's just
Super.
got placed at UCSC
Dr.
in
Kappa
San
Alpha,
Diego.
baby.
I'm very proud. You guys would love him. He's so great.
Nice.
Anyways.
So Jake investigates sorority edition.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I'm here for
Low-key,
that.
no, but it could be interesting but obviously there's no sororities here, but surely there's something relatively similar, like a girls' club.
Yeah,
Like a
the
yoga
Ivy Bar.
studio.
I feel
I
like
think
in
it would just be
Wellington.
have Ivy Bar. I think it'd just be funny to put you in a situation
You know
where I
what?
just don't.
That's
think you
actually
end
a
up in.
fucking great idea.
Like,
Jake,
Send
let's
them
go.
to Ivy.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
the entire, like most of Ivy's staff and patronage used to come Shady Lady all
Perfect.
the time. Like it
To be fair, and have we been there once or twice?
it would be. It
Do
would
you reckon
be,
you would get hit on?
Once.
in Ivy?
It's good fun.
100%.
Why do you think that?
Because I've been hit on by people that go to like when I worked at Shady Lady, I spent like the majority of like Wednesday, Thursday nights getting hit on by gay dudes.
Rude.
But I was younger and handsomer back then. I've now.
Fuck yeah, no.
Back in
this
high school, I was
chat.
actually very handsome.
I was actually better looking back then.
But
I was actually a minor attracted to older people.
mope. But nah, I mean, I'd like to. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd go in there and everyone would be like, "Oh, I can smell this straight. Get away from me." But no, I feel like that's not even a thing because I feel like.
Mate, no
even
one's
in-
smelling straight around
Only
you.
if you're with the North Face
no one's
jacket.
smelling straight around any of you.
Whoa!
Oh, that brings us back. I remember you asking about the percentage of gay. Was the percentage of gay that we all
No,
have?
it's not percentage of gay. It was our chat ages ago that I think that sexuality is a spectrum, and then I think a lot of people just have a little bit of gay in them. And I think that at least one of you has a bit of gay in them, and that's my truth.
Which one?
This pack Jerry. Without doubt. The campus straight guy.
You can't give side eye to everyone.
Can I give side eye to myself?
Oh,
That
big
would be an
gay.
eye roll.
Sorority.
No, I do.
so her
think that,
initiation was just make out with everyone.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
True. Wait, what?
yeah. The
Make out
old
with
slumber
who?
party.
Summer party? No, that's not a thing.
Nah.
The
That's-
make out with
that's-
everybody?
That is 16-year-old male fantasy watching American
No, I
Pie.
mean, I've definitely been, like, there's definitely been nights where everybody makes out with each other, but, like, not in a sorority context.
Nah, just
Like, you, like, go to a gig with all your girl mates and everybody makes out.
yeah. To be fair, I've got with Sam.
I don't doubt that.
Did you see Sam's face? He's like, no, I got something to
I
say.
don't think I was awake.
He's like, I thought you were John Cena.
Yeah, that's my only man.
I've just got a John Cena mask on.
How was
He's like,
it for
oh my
you?
god, thank God.
Surely that story.
Is
Now
Harry a
that
good
now that
kisser?
we've touched on that,
can't
that's
remember.
got to be explained.
Is Sam a good
I don't think
kisser?
we've actually got with each other, but we've definitely kissed.
I think you
Kiss
probably
wax.
We
have.
all kissed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
probably.
the best kisser?
Definitely me.
Well, I don't believe you just because you said that. I feel like you'd use a lot of tongue, honestly.
Nah, I'm not a tongue guy.
Kiss my hand?
Probably not enough. No. Fine.
Don't do it in front of me. Fuck.
And now, sport.
I'm so happy we're filming this, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, my lord.
Catching gay strays.
Yeah, gay.
Gay strays.
Everyone's got me on the gay flex.
Should we
I'm just.
move into?
Oh, you're just.
There's only one
behind
sports
here?
item, and it's comedy because Luke Littler,
Yeah.
the youngest 40-year-old man.
Can we just say how it's meant to be said? Luke Littler.
Whatever. Yeah. That guy. So he's a 17-year-old darts protege. Who's
No,
just
the world champion.
I was just about. Just let me land, bro. Just won his first. No, he's not the world champion. He's just won his first title. He's just won like his first.
That was the
like,
World
event.
Championships.
Was it?
You said protege, but I'm pretty sure he just won
No,
the World
he's just
Darts
won. He's
Championship.
just won his first Premier League darts night. He's not won the World Championship. He's just won Premier League darts night.
I think you might have won the.
He won the World
Very
Championships,
cold.
bro. That's why he's a thing. He wouldn't have been. You wouldn't know who he is if he just won.
He
the
was
Premier.
runner-up in the World Darts Championship on his debut.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, he's won his first like
17.
night.
Sorry, Luke.
So he's
Littler.
17 years old. He looks like we'll pull a picture up.
I mean, he loves playing FIFA. Spends all his money on Ultimate
That's
Team,
him.
and loves playing
He's
darts,
17.
drinking beers.
He's
and
17.
He's got a mean missus
Looks
as
like
well.
he
But,
plays
like-
heaps of RuneScape.
My
I ain't Daryl the Barrel, baby.
my thought is how much easier would like Project Littler is definitely got to be a lot more fun than Project Mbappe. Like Project Mbappe is like taking
Yeah.
your kid to football training all the time. Project Littler is just take him down the pub and he throws darts while you sink pints. Perfect.
Definitely, if it's like your ability of kicking a football that you're trying to transfer.
What you're throwing shade where shade needn't be thrown, and your ability to kick a football is questionable. So
Mom and Dad,
let's
don't
not
fight.
throw punches.
Please, guys.
But anyway,
Please.
Yeah,
Luke
that was
Littler
just a joke.
has his project has definitely got to be more cheaper and manageable and more fun and enjoyable. You just take him down the pub and have him throw darts while you're off doing things, and eventually he'll get better. But he was saying that his dad, that was literally how he got good at darts. His dad used to take him down the pub.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like he
Probably
took,
how
he
he
took, he took
aged
potentially a
30
child
years
abuse
as well.
situation and turned it into becoming a millionaire.
So he's what you look like if you inhale secondhand smoke for the first 17 years of your life. You age to 42.
You can down
Well,
a
yeah,
Guinness.
he's young enough that by the time he was born,
42.
smoking was banned in pubs. 2004 was when smoking was banned in pubs in the UK.
Oh, you could just down Guinness when he was 10.
Yeah,
See.
definitely. Yeah, or John Smith. I feel he looks like a John Smith
Both.
man.
Easily both.
One after the other.
Bodies.
Have we been doing this for almost 3 hours?
Nah, we're on 1 hour and 40 minutes right now.
okay, right.
It's a long one. It's
This
a
is-
big cast.
Is that
Guest
as good a
casts do
time?
I
tend to
just
lean
have
that
so
way.
many beautiful things to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you got
When
to
are you going to
say?
start?
What'd you say?
Oh,
Is that the as
what
good a
did you
time
say?
as any?
Yeah, I
to-
think so,
To
yeah.
call it a day. I just want to thank Kenzie for showing up and
Yeah,
and
thanks,
enlightening
Kenzie.
it's been lovely to have you.
us. It's been great. Thanks,
so.
Sam.
Great
Cheers,
guest.
Kens.
Cheers, Kens.
Yeah, yeah,
Been
everybody,
lovely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Until
yeah,
next
everybody,
time,
yeah. Thanks,
arrivederci.
Perry.
Peace and love.
Do you want to see us out, Kens?
With
Sing a
what?
song.
Sing us a song out.
KKG. Easy as do, re, mi, KKG. 1, 2, 3,
Dun, dun, dun,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.